Hello people of Earth, it's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way with another low-key broadcast, and today we're once again tasked with helping the adorable fruits and vegetables of Garden Story. I can't wait, this game's so cute. But before we get to that, I'd like to say hello to everybody in chat, or check us out on VOD, no matter who, what, where, when, why, or how you happen to be in this great big old world of ours. We are happy to have you with us. We hope today finds you well. Hell, make me want to shoot. Yep, it's that kind of day. Hey, oh my gosh, that's the wrong Stream Deck layout, you ding-dong! So many things I need to consider before hitting broadcast, and I forgot a couple. I mean, at least one. Corrected! Pichu! As I pichu myself. Garden Story, no, please! There we go. I don't know if I timed that right, but Garden Story appears, and so we should play it. Hang on. Easy. We're all friends here. Still recognizes the controller, because sometimes that's been an issue. And play. 50 days. We've been at this for 2 in-game months, making the world a better place. And on we go. Okay, so. Guess what? Guess what kind of gamer I am. If I find something that I really enjoy, I try to do, like, all of it. And I'm digging this, so we're going to stick with the summer town until we max it out. So we're not even going to touch the autumn town the next half of the story, or the next major progression of the story. I'm assuming starting the second half. But not until we get level 5s across the board for Summer Bar? I think it's a Summer Bar. Okay. Whip. Oh, wrong way. Oh, wrong way. This way. First, we douse. And then we party. I mean, it's all a party. Bing, boom, boom. Oh, I got a big old chunk. All right, what do you need? 3 succulents. 3 succulents, everyone. 3. Do I have 3 volunteers from the succulent community? 1, 2, 3. Thank you so much. And then we just deposit you a 3, 2, 1. Yay, we did a request before we even left the house. My favorite. All right, how we doing? Let's just attack our mailbox and get our daily stipend. I don't know, people. I guess citizens just jam change into my mailbox as a means of thank you for my my help. That is Summer Bar. Look at that. Don't ever let them tell you that marijuana affects your short-term something. Anyway, don't ever let them tell you it gets affected. The architect needs someone to retrieve a package from Spring Hamlet and deliver it to the workshop in Quiet Shore. Oh, goody, we gotta go back. Let's go visit Spring Hamlet, and here we go to Quiet Shore. Okay. Scoopity boppity beep. Now we need to replace the succulents we just lost. Give me your delicious succulents. Oh, yes. I shall hoard them for the community. I'm also still on the lookout for lenses, glass lenses. So let us litter the beach with shards of glass. Hiya! Shucks. No lenses. Hey, yeah! No lenses. I'm hi-yahing as hard as I can, and not a single lens. Oh, I missed. He had so hard I missed. I threw myself off target. Hang on. Deep breath. Let's just go back to basics. Yeah. All right. Nothing. Still nothing. We're okay with that. I do need succulents still. Ah, lens. We said nothing and we got a lens. Let's just sneak up on it. La 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 la. Whoa. Not even looking. Ah. La 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 la. Oh, stuck on a rock. La 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 la. Nothing. Dang it. They're too crafty for us. Is that more succulents? It is. This is a pretty good little spot. I don't know if I need the sandstone, but I'm going to try it anyway. Okay. Oh, sure. Let's take all the succulents. All the succulents. There we go. Don't think I'm going to need them all, but it's nice that they're there. I'm curious to see what these are, and you can't stop me, because it's all about the chores in this game. Doing fun stuff, pulling things out of other things. Get yoinked. Okay. Oh, I don't. That's not gonna help me. It's going to say, oh, let me check the board to make sure I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, but it's a task for the other town, so these people will not know or care what I'm doing here. Hi-yow! Oh, wow, I got both in one shot. Let that be a lesson to you, Slimy. Give me a change. Give me a spare change. I need it. I must line my pockets before I leave. I want to sag. I want my pants to sag to my knees. If not the ankle. But I am Concord. Guardian of these here cities. All of them. Somehow. Where, what am I... I legit don't remember what I'm supposed to grab. Will you say here? No, it's not going to tell me, is it? No, I don't want to take the lift up to Autumn Town. That's what I'm avoiding. That's what I'm trying to, excuse me, max out the other towns first. Goy. What a predicament. Can't quite do Popeye, but I feel like I'm a younger Popeye. Okay, there we go. There's only a few places that they put things that I'm to deliver to other places. Alright. Hey everybody, bye everybody. Sorry, it's already, like, I can come back later, but, you know, it's a bit busy morning, gotta go. Hey, what's going on, Dex? Oh, shucks. Are you kidding me? I knew I forgot more than one thing. Shucks. Hang on. I knew I forgot more than one thing. Welcome to the most heavily modded edition of Baldur's Gate 3 you've ever seen in your life. I swear to gosh, I'm currently a Starian. Hang on one second. Boink. What's going on, Dex? Thanks for letting me know. Woo! It's got the mature tag on it too, because, you know, it's Garden Story. Merp. Okay. Boink. Boink. Do we even have this? Straw? There we go. Thanks, Pally. Yeah, usually not our style. That's funny. Okay, I just have to make a note. There, I just made a note to myself to rename the VOD because it'll be in the wrong category later. But other than that, this should update the live business. Thanks so much, pal. Alright. Okay. Just stop to admire the view, and off we go. I'm so sorry, I can't help but circle you, little mushroom friend. I don't know if you're happy about that or not. It's like I'm flaunting my movement in your face since I think you're stuck there. Ha 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 ha. Anyway, gotta go. I can't believe your S showed up already too. Was that the prime shipping or what? Like, that is dope. Or I don't know what you went through to get the payment plan. That's pretty impressive. That and Game Pass opens up a whole new world of stuff, so anything co-op, holler at your boy. Alright, this has to go somewhere, I don't know where. I can check the bulletin board. Let me put this down first. I can't read with something in my hands. The architect needs some... Oh, the architect. The architect. So they're down here in the corner. Ordered yesterday and got it delivered this morning at 6:15 a.m. That is insane in, like, the best possible way. This man needs to game! Go! 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 Like the earliest flight, the earliest truck. Wake this man up with joy! Go! That's amazing. Alright, quest for the day done. Now we just get us kind of wibble around and stuff. Let's go check our upgrades to see what we can upgrade and what we need to do it. After I drop some friends off at the pool of resources that we all share. Take my wood. And my succulents. Take my succulent wood. Buck up to 9 lenses. Oh, we need lots of sandstone. Okay. There's infinite need for wood and stone, so that's no problem. Everything else is capped at 15 at the moment. No more succulents, no more glass. We need lenses. We need sap. We need driftwood. Those crimson shells are tough to come by. We got the yellows. I don't know what you are. What are you? Candle wax. I don't even know where we got the candle wax. Glass lens. Okay, we can hold 6 more of those. Okay. Sandstone. Back in GA, would someone just take a week or two to get sick even more? Love living in a bigger city. Yeah, that's great. That is great. I do, like, we get 2 to 3 day with normal Amazon, like just hitting the $35 limit or whatever. I don't know what it is in the States, but in Canada, it's like you hit $35 on certain things. They're like free shipping, and it's like 2 days, 3 days tops. It's pretty dope. It's the only thing that's stopping me from doing Prime, because Prime is like 1 or 2 days. I'm like, it's a day, you know. Take it. I can take that or leave that. But that's great. Knocked on your door at 6:15 a.m. Good morning, sir. Have I got something for you? That's pretty fun. I would have been so nervous. 25. Oh, I need the Prime. Yeah. So yeah, 25 to 35 makes sense. Exchange rates and all. And wouldn't it be grand to actually make money at doing this tweeting and whatnot? Because, paid out in American dollary dues. Which means the worse the Canadian dollar gets, the better it gets for me in my bank account when it gets converted. Woo! Okay. Da 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 da. Oh, come to Papa. Yay. Ah, glass shards. Who the heck keeps raining glass shards? It is not safe to walk anywhere near the beaches. I'm liable to lodge a complaint with the mayor. Jeepers creepers. Okay. Okay. Hip. Woke up for work but ended up calling out. That was an application left at my door. I was so confused. Like you figured someone from work showed up to be like, get in here. Oh, I ran out of time. I've never done that before. Oh, cool. I've never seen the fail state. That's fancy. It would have been a Crimson Shell, too. Just based on the length of puzzle. I do need Azure. So, it's all good, homie. It's all good in yon hood. Oh, is it? I don't like that I'm not full health. There we go. I'm pretty sure it's... I'm pretty sure it's this stuff. Ah, I hate when they don't let me, like, top it off. There we go. Whoa, dual shield. Gurgle, gurgle, gurgle. Oh, I can only do 2 in this one. That's why. All right, let me switch my other bottle, then. Hang on. Oh, they're full of the same stiff. Okay, this one's faster. Gotcha. I wonder what the spread means. I did select between 10 a.m. and 3 p.m., so I don't know what happened. That's great. Oh, that's fun. Hey, man, worked out. Happen to call in or call out of work the day that you get your brand new C-Stam. I'm sure we're already pals on Xbox, but if not, holler. Rad Gnarly 42 aware. Okay, I gotta go collect some driftwood. Let's go run that dungeon for a bit. Just to collect the driftwood from it. I really wish I could unlock an area and watch it turn out to be the Autumn Town, where I could just grab driftwood willy-nilly. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna leave the fishing rod out. Or, I'm sorry, the dowsing rod out. I'm gonna take your hat, homie, and then I'm gonna take your life. Get ready. Look at me spinning around like I do it, because I'm so happy about it. Hiya! Kid, try when you... Whirling dervish of activity. Ha-ha! Hip! Hip! I'll take them twigs and that pebble. I don't need that shell. Okay. I like your hat. Hold it. Give it. Nope. Hand it. Ah. Oh, eep. Don't you be farting at me. Take that. Yes, I dance away from your putrid fumes. Ha ha! Oh. Hey! Hi! Ho ho! And now you. Ha ha! Annihilated. Okay. I think I can build up here. Because there's already like a bulletin board and stuff. I think I can build up there. 1 second. I'm going to clear these out and then switch to my building mode. And then see This game's great, by the way. I don't know if you tried Garden Story. It's one of those that, like, either I would be streaming this, or I would love some sort of handheld device to play this on. And it's a nice mix of, like, I can upgrade the town and stuff, so there's, like, a bit of town sim. There's a bit of, like, improvement I can be making. There's, like, errands I can be running, so it's got, like, that, you know, helping out a community vibe. And then the rest of it is, like, me kind of doing somewhat Zelda-like action-y things. So it's, like... Yeah, this is super chill. Hang on, let me go over here. And then there's, like, more stuff. Boom. It's not of the same game type, but it gives me ActRaiser vibes, if you ever played ActRaiser for the Super Nintendo. And what a revelation that game was, where you are, like, the avatar of a god and also the god, right? So in the god mode, you're over top of an area, and you're rebuilding the community, repopulating towns and stuff. But then where, like, monsters are threatening, you actually go down to, like, the surface world as, like, this big burly warrior guy, and, like, platform and, you know, swing your sword at things and kill stuff, fight bosses and whatnot. It was dope. Okay. Also, the soundtrack, top notch. It doesn't look like I have enough space. I was going to see if I could put a resource box here. Can I break this down? Hang on. This bulletin board. Can I get rid of you? What? Okay. So, all right. I'm going to go back to the architect and build a storage container and put it up instead of that bulletin board, because I don't really need the bulletin board. But a storage box would be great right outside the dungeon, so I'm going to go do that. What a fun little project! Let's go! Okay. Oh, yes. ActRaiser would have been like 93. Boy, oh boy. Classic of the time. Got a sequel, but I don't remember. I think called Soul Blazer. I think, no, that may have been tangentially related. There may have been a straight-up ActRaiser 2. I don't remember playing that one. Played the crap out of the first one, like multiple runs. Oh, yeah, there you go. Yes, my history with the Vigi games goes back to my parents literally having a Pong machine. So, from the jump. Okay. All the way back to the architect, who's way down here, next to the frog place. Oh, I need the sandstone. Hey, give it. I'm just gonna take the sandstone, just in case I run out of inventory room. Hey, See, it's so calm and chill. Yeah. Oh, good. I thought there'd be one of these. Boink, 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 boink. Oh, I had nothing but room. Okay, so. Get in here. Get in my draft table. I can scrap this thing. That's cool. That's cool. Nope, let's make something new. A large storage box, please. 5 sap! Alright, if it must be done. Okay, so we have that in our inventory, so we can drop that down if we need it. These things are grand. 20 bucks, 20 wood, 20 stone. These are why I use these to, like, improve the town. Like, literally fix things up and so on and so forth. So I'm gonna make 2 of these. Just have them up. Just have them at the ready. Just call the request board. Oh, this is new. While away the time at a beautiful Vista Lounge. Oh, it's delightful. Oh, I can recommend nothing but grander. Wood, stone, and some succulents. Oh, it is a delightful little sit. That's massive, 11 by 4. Maybe I can customize my house, like my whole house. Not yet, though. Okay, so I'm comfortable with that. I don't need to break down the thing that we were replacing. I might be able to find somewhere else to put it, like right outside here. Okay. Oh, can't go this way. See, the other problem is, let's see. Summer request board. Okay, so I'm just making sure I have room to get around stuff still. I don't think I do, but we'll find out. No. We're done building. We are walking. Nope, I have trapped myself. Yeah, and I can't access either of them. Okay. Just checking. Alright, so we're going to grab you and throw you in the old inventory. And I'm going to put a storage box near the dungeon. And then I'm going to run the dungeon at least once, and then we'll get out of here. I mean, by get out of here, I mean bed down for the night. Because I'm going to be sleepy. It's going to be late. I don't think I have anything on me, do I? Other than the stuff I made? See, here I put... There was a bench to pass time. Hey, Chip. What's going on, buddy? We having a good day? Nice to see you. Love to get paid again. Pay right before I get the BG for the Xbox. That is the first game on my buy list since I have Game Pass. Yes, please. Wonderful stuff. Sir. Sir. Chatty is up. I don't know why I didn't hear anything. I was double checking because it's supposed to play noises at me when people say howdy and such. Yeah. Look at Chip on brand. Thank you, sir. Oh, you know what? Maybe you think I can put a request board in my house? Oh, yeah, all the lap of luxury here. Hang on. Let me put this guy. Oh, is it by 4? Oh, wait. No, wait. Hang on. Not enough room. How dare. I'm never going to use this stone thing. Oh, come on. Locked. Stuck in combo. I'm never going to use the stone thing. Maybe I can. From right here. Okay, I don't have any on me, but I could use the stone thing. I could check the quests from my house. Perfect. Okay. Now that we've recycled that bit of furniture from the town, or that bit of utility from the town, let's go to where I wanted to go in the first place and slap that storage box there. So I can loot the dungeon repeatedly. And I'll do that, like I'll do requests and just keep grinding up that dungeon. Because we need 15 driftwood to do the upgrade. And then I'd like to get at least 5-10 driftwood just to have on hand for requests and stuff. It did the woo, it was quiet but it worked. Turn up that sound alert. It was woo but it needs to be woo. Yeah, you're not wrong. But I try not to distract myself as well. Let's see, what was that under? Blurb. I'll have to check my blurb. I may have a global volume thing. Hang on. Logging in with my Twitch. Welcome back, you stupid rude. Let me do my settings real quick. Settings. Oh man, so many setting categories. Volume. Oh yeah, look at that. Do y'all hear that? Is that getting louder? That's definitely louder. It was at 33, I'm gonna put it up to 60. There, let's try that. Ba-da-doo, 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 ba-da-doo. What it is, what it is, what it is, what it is, what it do, what it do, what it do. Okay. Oh good, at least it keeps the enemies away. Better. I can turn it up further. It might be just a quiet woo. Try one of the other ones. Because I don't want to be scared by that honk, yo. Much better? Perfect. No difference somehow, says Chip. Ooh. What a heated debate. Did it work or not? Okay. Place object. Not enough room. See, that goose is nice. That's a good volume on the goose. As far as I'm concerned. Maybe it's just the quality of the woo. Maybe Rick just didn't have it in him that day. What do you mean not enough space? 6 by 4. Oh, by 4. Grr arg. All that, and it's slightly too small. I wonder how we improve the size of these spaces. Alright, well. A summer lamp is going there. I don't need to put this here either. Okay, well, at least I have one on hand if I need it. Shucks. Now I can turn my building thing back in my shield and get at least one run of the dungeon in before I go back home. Definitely louder at least to me, but I could have just heard it better since because I was expecting it. Fair. Fair. Let's see, let's try another one. Yeah, let's try this silly little thing. No, I feel like they're all pretty consistent. I spend a lot of time with my audio because it's the one like part I didn't know as well, like broadcasting wise. It was my sort of weakest element, so I spent a lot of time making sure all the volumes are good. Like how I have it set is that I hear the game at the volume you guys do, and the ratio to game to microphone is me hearing myself speak naturally. So that should be as loud as I am over the game. So like the experience that way is supposed to be like consistent for me and the viewer. So like I am my own ratio in terms of how loud I need to be versus the audio and the alerts and stuff like that. Anywho. Bit of a look into the diseased mind.
Come on. No, stop. No, I need you to stop. I need you to stay still for a second, please. Yes.
There we go. Ratio. There was a time that meant something on Twitter. I don't think I ever learned what it meant on Twitter, and I'm okay not knowing. It sounds like something petty. I don't know what. It just sounds like something petty. Audio plus ratio plus stream. Gandalf! I don't know if I've done exactly a Gandalf. No, that was Peter Lorre I was trying to do. An old character actor that they used to parody in like Looney Tunes and stuff.
He had bug eyes and he talked kind of like this. Yes.
He was kind of like a slimy, like mobster or, I don't know, villain in most things. Small gentleman, big round face. Bug eyes. Gollum? Kind of. Yeah, I had some Gollum energy.
He hates it.
Nope. Haven't done Gollum in forever. I used to do Gollum, like, from the cartoon Hobbit before, like, Andy Serkis's one. So, I have trouble in my brain sometimes doing one versus the other. Because I used to watch the crap out of that Rankin Bass animated one. That thing was dope. Soundtrack by Glenn Yarbo. Greatest adventure is what lies ahead. What a vibrato that dude had on that song. Please tell me somebody out there knows what I'm talking about. I feel so old right now. Alright. The songs and the stories are yet to be said. The chances, the changes that won't come again. Oh. Dang it. I need to heal soon. One sec. Come on, man. Get your brawly in order. Sort your brawly out, bro. There we go. There we go. No clue what the streamer's talking about. Well, as we've established, I am a century old. And the animated film I am referring to came out in, I believe, 1976. Not that I was alive then, but I have an extensive knowledge of media and not a lot of the world at large. If you'd like to know about fantasy realms, of mystical places and whatnot, it's pretty much what's in my noggin. Boink, boink. Always seemed way more interesting, whilst the real world just seemed cruel. Shrug. Nobody was learning lessons, having fun adventures with friends. At least I wasn't, I guess. Oh, the Lord of the Ring one, the Ralph Bakshi one. Yeah, too much rotoscoping. He was huge on that at the time. I mean, he was huge on that throughout most of his career. But yeah, it's okay. But it blasts through, like, everything, doesn't it? Or isn't it just Fellowship? I can't remember if it just stops abruptly or if it just, like, throws you, like, I don't know, barely anything. I remember not being too excited. The one I'm thinking of is Rankin Bass. They did The Hobbit. It's stunning. Like, Rankin Bass did, like, Thundercats, Silverhawks, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. A lot of, like, you know, a lot of those, like, stop-motion animated specials and stuff like that. Christmas shows. Tons of holiday stuff. Absolutely. And then, of course, you know, like I said, Silverhawks, Thundercats, which were dope. Just Ramsey Goes to Helm's Deep. Yeah, it was really weird. Like, they tried to do the entire trilogy in like an 80-minute animated film. It was weird choices all around. Anyway, Rankin Bass did The Hobbit, and then they did Return of the King. That's it. So if you watch The Hobbit and then watch the Ralph Bakshi, I can't remember how to pronounce his last name, Lord of the Rings, and then go back and watch the Rankin Bass Return of the King, you kind of get a decent animated trilogy. With, like, if you can pretend part of it's well, no, it's not even recap, because you go Hobbit, then you go Lord of the Rings, which is kind of most of the first two, and then Rankin Bass did Return of the King by itself. It is very strange. Two entirely unrelated companies doing productions like that. But highly recommend The Hobbit and Return of the King. I love, like, the art style, the whole presentation of it. Like, just, yeah, it's real dope. Some of the arrangements for how the songs went from that animated version were what they used in the Peter Jackson films. Like in the Hobbit ones especially, because I was like, I wonder what the tune is going to be. And it might just be because J.R.R. Tolkien himself wrote out sheet music for it, and they're just going by the source material. But either way, they are faithful to the source material. Like, it's real good. Love The Hobbit, the book as a kid. Love that animated movie. Terrified of Gollum. Deadpool Wolverine's on digital October 1st. I'm gonna buy 5 copies. Heck yeah, Chip. Go for it, bud. What a way to support. Yeah, so I fully endorse supporting your fave media like that. Go for it. I enjoyed that one too. What a silly film. What a silly Billy film. Uh-oh, it's the dead of night, and it's so, oh god, it's so scary out now. I don't even like it. Goy! So I fight back against the darkness. It's good. It's like, it seemed needed. Not like a reboot, but like sort of a soft reboot of the public opinion of Marvel films, right? Just like, yeah, we get it. We get it. We're gonna make sure that from here on out, we're going back to doing a bit of this, a bit of that. And then with the Thunderbolts trailer, we're going to give you the anti-hero stuff that you guys liked out of the Suicide Squad from DC. So here you go. Here's some of that. But it also looks like they're going to tie it into what's going on in the Captain America area of the Marvel or of the MCU. So thrilled for that. It looks, interesting. At worst, it's just going to be okay, which is still fine. Like, it doesn't look like it's going to waste my time. I'm standing over here because I need to drop stuff, if you're wondering. There we go. Oh, yeah, I just need to just drop off a couple shells. You know how it is. Long day. Nobody knows who the Thunderbolts are? Yeah, that's part of the why it can work. You know what I mean? It's like an underdog team. And I know they already did that with Guardians. But that's part of the charm of these things. Is like they're trying to get over the characters that they're using to tell the larger story. And it's not like half of them haven't been featured in other things already. So, yeah, you're not wrong. It's them expanding beyond, because like the first grand saga of the MCU was here are legacy established initial characters, like just the Avengers portion of it, basically. And then they're like, okay, we're going to give you the next generation of everything that's gone on in the actual Marvel universe with the 85 years or whatever it is of Marvel since. Well, I guess if they're starting in the 60s, it's not quite 85, but you know what I mean, like the 50, 60, whatever years of history since. And then we're also going to mix in versions of some OG stuff that we didn't get to do, like the OG Fantastic Four. I honestly hope they start with Fantastic Four that already has an established Future Foundation, Franklin, Valerie, Dragon Man, the Moloids. Give me everything. Give me all that. That's my favorite era of FF. And they're gonna, I don't know what era of X-Men. It looks like the early 90s blue gold teams, which nobody's mad about. So yeah, that's true. Marvel's B team before the movie all came out. Yeah, you're not wrong. They had several attempts across the brand to sort of like revitalize the non X-Men sections of their stuff for a while. Like, I read Marvel as a teenager, but it was primarily X-Men stuff. Like, I read Generation X was my favorite book because it was like, oh, it's the teens going to the academy and da 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 da, and the art was amazing in the first like 25 issues or so. Forgive me for mispronouncing this gentleman's name. It's like Chris Bachalo, Bachalo. Oh, love his stuff. He did a big run on Shade the Changing Man for DC's Vertigo. He did some Sandman comics for that author we're not going to talk about right now. Did a lot of great stuff. Really peaked. He did. I think he did Death: The High Cost of Living, if I'm not wrong. But yeah, his work in Generation X and Marvel was my first introduction to him, and I just love the way he draws characters. I just love the way he, like, his lines, his ink work. I just love it. The way he colors stuff. His most recent stuff that I really enjoyed was he did a run on Doctor Strange as the artist, and it was phenomenal. Like, within the past 3-4 years, he was the artist on Doctor Strange, and it was great. Okay, that's enough of me putting over that guy. Most of your Marvel stuff is from the Scream or gaming. Okay, never really got into comics. The only reason some of the characters are in Thunderbolts is because I play Marvel Snap. Yeah, see, they're also a really good job. They also do a really good job of making sure their branding's on point. So when something new is coming out in their comic books, the characters are being featured in their ancillary products, like their games and stuff. Oh, wouldn't you know it? You get a brand new Red Guardian skin or whatever. You know what I mean? Or White Widow or whatever Florence Pugh is calling herself. And by the way, Florence Pugh with short hair. Just throwing that out there. Not that she's not a lovely lady no matter what. Like, just a lovely human being, seems to be. But good gracious. With short hair. Oh, heart aflutter. Anyway. Probably an age-inappropriate comment for me to make, but whatever. Oh, I forgot to check the bulletin board. I was too excited to go to the dungeon. Nobody knew Doctor Strange. Yeah, broadly. Yeah, people didn't know Doctor Strange. You're not wrong. A few shelled rots have taken up residence in Lily Landing to shell. Oh, that's above. I gotta go this way. Okay, to shell them, so I need my dowsing rod. Everyone knew who the X-Men were, but the Avengers were all they had for live-action rights because they sold everything to stay afloat. They mixed that with no-name or washed-up actors. Their gamble doesn't get talked. Yeah, they did a great job. That was the softest I ever heard someone say they were hot. Well, I mean, she's very pretty, but I also don't know how old she is. So if I'm like twice her age, it's kind of if I mention that she's pretty. But she's a lovely young lady. Let me say that. I guess. Great, very good actor. Question, like, I've watched a lot of films that she's in because she was like, I literally went through her whole catalog because I thought she was very talented. I'm like, where did she come from? She had no right to be as good as she was in the stupid Paige movie. Or the Soraya movie, whatever you want to call it, Fighting with My Family. Like, that movie's dumb, but she's good in it. Like, who the hell is this? Like, that was the first movie I saw her in. It's like, who the hell is this that can actually act in this WWE film? Yeah, same Dex. And then I just, like, retroactively went back to take a look at her other weirder indie UK stuff. And, like, yeah, she's good in it, but I wasn't a fan of some of the films that she was in. For, like, content-wise and stuff. Like, she's in Midsommar, right? A lot of praise for that one. A lot of people were very scared by it. I guess it's millennials are afraid of elderly naked bodies. I guess that's the fear. I had to watch it on double speed. It's a 3-hour movie, and it was the most boring 90-minute horror movie I've ever seen. Yes, she is an Oppenheimer. If you watch more Marvel-y stuff, she's, White Widow. So she's in the Black Widow movie. Something else beyond that. Oh, she's in the Hawkeye television series because they're cross-pollinating a lot of the New York Avengers stuff. Yeah, you should just look her up on IMDb. Literally anything that she's in, she's good in, so you at least have that to go by. But, like, you know, try to pick and choose what movie you actually want to invest in, is all I'll say. But I've not seen her turn in a bad performance. Okay. It was okay. It was a nice little... It was nice at the... Like, it kind of filled a purpose at the time, because people were like... I don't know, like, she had died because Endgame was so huge, you know, it made $1 billion or whatever dollars. Da-da-da-da. So it was, like, in that post-Endgame thing where they weren't quite sure. Plus, it got delayed due to, like, the pandemic and stuff. So had it come out at a more opportune time where people were, like, would use it to help them still grieve that character, I thought it could have been more effective as a film overall, but it's not bad. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's fine. It's solid. But it, like... It's, you know, its success was hindered obviously by, you know, the worldwide incidents surrounding it, you know, around it, out of its control. Don't watch every MCU film, just cut up the MCU Spider-Man. Honestly, if you got yourself that Disney Plus and you want to invest, it's not bad, because the more of them you watch, at least in the Infinity Saga, they did a really good job of adding things and pulling things from every film that give you context for everything that happens, or a lot of stuff that happens in the last two. So, like, you know, if you want to invest more heavily, I recommend. If you don't, you don't have to. It's amazing that they have managed to bring to cinema a company-wide crossover event that had major issues you needed to read, and then a bunch of stuff that was tangentially related that you could skip if you wanted to, but if you did read it, you got rewarded. Like, taking that comic book strategy to the big screen was insane, and people have been trying to replicate it since. Like, just insane. Yeah, Iron Man to Endgame is absolutely redonkulous. The Infinity Saga... The fact that they did a version of Infinity Gauntlet / Infinity War in my lifetime on the screen, and it was dope, is insane. The only thing teenage me, and this is an obscure one, the only thing teenage Marvel reader me could see on the screen that would be like, that's it. This is all I needed. I didn't even know it was going to be good. This is amazing. And I'm not even kidding, is Sleepwalker, which is a hero that did not catch on, that came out in like 92, 93. It was this guy, I think his human counterpart was named Rick Sheridan, and when he fell asleep, an extra-dimensional alien being kind of either inhabited his body or used or escaped from the astral plane of his subconscious and helped people as the Sleepwalker. And I really liked that character because it was just so strange. Kind of had some Martian Manhunter vibes, too, because he had very interesting dream-related powers in the real world. It was real cool. Also, a built-in foil in Nightmare in the Marvel Universe, so I really enjoyed that. As the Sleepwalker. If I see him on my screen, or Darkhawk, there's a... like, the Darkhawks, or just a Darkhawk, I would giggle like a little kid. Not that I don't always giggle like a little kid. Would have been fine if it ended after that? Yes. They had an impossible task to follow up. Like, there's nothing they could have done that people would have been like, dope. Like, Cap's retired, Tony's dead. Dope. Like, there's nothing. Short of rebooting the universe with brand new Cap, brand new Tony. And since Robert Downey Jr. is coming back as a version of Doctor Doom, I feel like we might get back to that at the end of this saga. They might do like a filler saga in the middle, because it's the multiversal saga that... Because, okay, so this is my overall theory, because what they've been doing this entire time, by the way, is beating DC to the punch at everything DC does great. They put the Avengers on screen before they got a good Justice League film up, even though the individual stars of the DC universe were over, but they didn't get them over and then in a team situation. But Marvel started building that team immediately, so you were geared up for the first appearance of the Avengers from the time the first Iron Man movie ended, because Nick Fury was there. And then they did Thanos. And a huge DC villain against the Justice League is Darkseid. So they put their Darkseid on screen first. And then once they finished that saga, they went straight to the multiverse, knowing that DC's historically strongest or most well-known storyline, Crisis on Infinite Earths. Their multiversal storyline where they're trying to like smush together the continuities of Silver Age, Golden Age, and a few other comic properties that they had acquired. So they are doing DC before DC can do DC, and I know there are huge similarities between both companies. I know they're analogs across both aisles for a lot of characters on the side of good and bad. That's on purpose. Like, you met their Superman in Thunderbolts. Their version of a Superman-like hero in that Thunderbolts teaser. Just 1 second. I'm gonna clear this room, and then I know that I'm missing stuff in chat. I'm gonna catch up with chat in 1 sec. Love talking comics. One of the first things I did was when the flood happened last year, and I lost like half of my possessions and including a hard drive with like my comic book collection on it. First thing I did to keep my sanity during the rebuilding process of the basement was rebuild that collection by going through several Wikipedia articles and a couple of different comic book database sites and compiling a list of every major story in the two companies' histories and tracking them down. I have all of it. So for the rest of my life, I think I'm good on comics, but what I do now is annually, like at the end of the year, as a little Christmas treat for myself, I will retroactively go back and see what the major stories of the year were, and then go track those down, and then just add them to my little collection, so that when I get to them, I get to them. I'm currently, in my private reading, in the year 2004, so I only have 20 years of comics to read, and I started reading with the 60s, so every major story for every major character for Marvel and DC. Just little pet projects I like to give myself. I've been working on this for about 5-6 years now. All right, and now I shall check chat. I feel like I'm one of the few people that like the Moon Knight show. No, I enjoyed Moon Knight. It was good. I really liked the costume of the lady hero way better than Moon Knight's costume. I thought she looked amazing and he looked okay. But Moon Knight overall, it's a hard character to land and then do something with. If they end up doing like, I don't want to say a street level Avengers, but if they end up doing something that looks like a West Coast Avengers or another Defenders or I don't know what, I don't want to say Heroes for Hire, but something like that. If they end up doing something like that with the Netflix characters, with Moon Knight, I think they can do something very interesting. I also can see Moon Knight interacting with Doctor Strange in a future Doctor Strange film if they wanted to do that. I feel like he fits that vibe. I don't know about like specifically like lore-wise, but see, he's one of those characters that I had no idea about. I was more excited for Marvel Girl because I had read some Kamala Khan books and stuff like that because it's not that I haven't read recent stuff. Like I got caught up to about like I'd say 2021, and then started going back. So I was up to current to like then, and she was a factor at that point. Because I was curious to see how they would address how her powers worked. And so on and so forth. You're Oscar Isaac simp. Okay, was he in... what was the... No, maybe I'm getting it wrong. He's not the guy from Andor, is he? That's a Star Wars show? I'm probably getting that wrong. I was going to apologize for skipping the show, the Star Wars show he was a star of, but I'm not quite sure he was the star. Nobody batted an eye on Thanos until he put it on a glove on screen? Okay, hang on. Let's get back up here. Nobody knows a Darkhawk. I know Darkhawk because he's a good card in Snap. Fine. That's fair. I think we're getting MCU Galactus as I see this. Hang on, I'm just catching up here. I thought they were going to do the reboot because after Endgame they play the out of him hammering the iron suit in the cave. Oh, yeah. I think we may eventually get there. Yeah, they had to do the do. Okay, yeah, I just grabbed the Kang stuff. The Batman, the Suicide Squad. I'm not a big James Gunn director guy, but I'm very interested in his overall vision. I find he overly relies on set pieces that don't really have anything to do with driving the plot forward. They're just like fun things to watch, whilst he plays music in the background. And I'm just like, yeah, that's cool, I guess. I remember music videos. Oh, you got the Marvel Digital app. What should you read? Okay, Chip, get back to me on that. I'm gonna recommend, like, what? Well, tell me what characters you like, and I'll try to find some stuff that I really liked. Fox ruined Apocalypse. Yeah. No, he was Poe in the sequel. Oh yeah, okay, that's right. I knew he had some sort of Star Wars connection. He was Poe in the sequel trilogy. Thank you, sir. I've tried to do Andor a couple of times. If I can get past the 3rd episode, we'll see. It's not that I don't like the type of show it is. I just, even for the type of show it is, I find it a little dry. Okay, I'm gonna drop everything that's just kind of like a very basic resource. I don't need any of these. I don't know about the sandstone yet, so I'm gonna keep that. Driftwood for sure. That crimson shell for show. Let me get rid of these stones too. Just because I have to bust up the rest of this room. It is the chillest of Chill Garden Story streams today, if you hadn't noticed. We have nothing on our agenda but improving the town in which we live. And quite frankly, that's a noble enough goal for me. Okay, driftwood. Give me that driftwood. Is there more? Nope. I got it. Tiny Apocalypse. Oh, Oscar Isaacs was Apocalypse too? Good gravy. All over the place. Yeah, I'm fine if we never bring Apocalypse back, because they didn't do it right. I liked, it was Cassandra Cain? There's so many X-Men names. The baddie from Deadpool Wolverine was a great choice, I thought. I would love Onslaught. I would love Onslaught as the X-Men's introduction to the MCU of like, our bad. Sorry about that. Professor went a little goofy. By the way, we're mutants. That would be amazing. No, I was big on Thanos before he was on screen. Like, I sure the general public, yeah, I get that. But like, no, as soon as he showed up and showed that chin, anyone that had ever read a Marvel comic was like, because he is a constant threat in that universe, constantly trying to court death, like literally. All right, I will try. It's still on my to-watch list. The Andor is. I'm gonna try. I'll give it one more shot. I didn't watch that. I didn't watch The Acolyte. I don't think. That just came out, right? I'm behind. I'm a little burnt out on the Wars of the Star. I'm good. Like Ahsoka being kind of a live-action Rebels. That's kind of my sweet spot. I'm good. Like unless they show up in a movie or something. That was the last thing I really enjoyed Star Wars related was Rebels. I really like that show. It is a slow burn, as I'm saying. If I can get past that 3rd episode, I know I can get through the rest of it. But I have tapped out at episode 3 a couple times. By tapped out, I mean like literally passed out. Okay, did I max out my driftwood? I didn't even check. Too shy. Too shy. Oh, I'm so bashful. Too shy of the driftwood quota. We need to upgrade whatever that thing is. I think it's our Brawley, which is our best weapon, so I'm excited to level that up. But it's late, so we're gonna go to bed. I can double check inside if we've done all the chores we need to do for the day. Mandalorian, love Mandalorian. Everyone does. The only thing I don't like about Mandalorian, or a couple of things, you know, nothing's perfect. I don't really like Grogu's name. Not that it matters. Like it's, I don't know. But yeah, Mandalorian's fun. I feel like they're making a movie with him. Like The Mandalorian and Grogu, I think is going to be the name of their film. If I'm not mistaken. Acolyte was decent, didn't break new ground per se, but I didn't dislike it at all. The bad guy in it was cool as fuck. I do like a cool bad guy. I was raised, I have an older brother. I mean, I still do. I have an estranged older brother. But when we were growing up, our parents would buy us like toys so we would play together. And he would get the good guy toys, and I would get the bad guy toys. So we would play together. So it helped me appreciate their perspective, because like it was the one I was kind of not forced. It was just kind of the one that was presented to me. So, sympathy for the devil came at an early age for this guy. Oh, it's an interesting day. It's rainy. It's really rainy. It's not so bad. It's real sunny, and then it gets cloudy. You do have a lot of favorite characters in Marvel, so I don't know what to list. So, would you like some major events? If you have not read it, read... hang on, I want to get this right. Read The Death of Captain Marvel. Because at one point, both companies, Marvel and DC, had a Captain Marvel. DC's had since renamed theirs to Shazam. Read The Death of Captain Marvel. It captures a very specific point in like Avengers history. It's very well written. It's well drawn. It's emblematic of the time in which it was published, in the best kind of way. I would suggest that. Knowing nothing else about, like, without reviewing my collection or anything like that, I would go with that. A seminal piece. I believe it came out in the late 70s, but it was the first. Yeah, if not the first, it was certainly a very early, like, we're gonna kill off a fairly major character and we're gonna treat it as a real thing. Mind you, it's comic books, so different versions of Captain Marvel have existed since. But it was one of the first where they really went for it and stuck with it for a while. In fact, that version of Captain Marvel, I don't think came back for decades and decades. So they really, like, tried to tell some story, you know? Since Secret Wars is coming up and I heard it was good, where can I start with that? Okay, so the version of Secret Wars they are doing is the most recent version of Secret Wars. They've had several throughout their history. Let me get the exact year for you real quick. And I'm glad you asked. Secret Wars Marvel. Because I just remember reading this, 2021 maybe? Hang on. Hang on. Oh wow, 2015. That's way different. So, if you can, look up the 2015 Secret Wars event. That is what I believe they're basing everything off of. I can give you the gist of what the setup for that is, if you want. It's not spoilery, it's just like sort of the background setup for what's happening. Yes, it was definitely like a Death of Gwen Stacy sort of sitch, yeah. Where, rather than a side character is eliminated for the hero to, like, grow, this was a fellow hero that they could not save. So it was a big impact. It's not like level of, like, Death of Superman in the 90s, because that's Superman. But in the late 70s, I believe Jim... I don't want to start dropping names if I don't exactly remember who wrote these things. I want to say Jim Shooter. Oh, I'm sorry, Jim Starlin. Jim Starlin did the Death of Captain Marvel. 1982 it came out. Yeah, it's really good. He is the writer and artist. It is the first issue of what was the Marvel graphic novel series. That's great. Yeah, I'm just reading off. Let me just read off the Wikipedia here, because the character was called Mar-Vell. He's Kree, the blue people in the MCU, so that should help. Unlike many other comic book deaths, Mar-Vell's has been retained, and he has not been resurrected. So they have had other Captain Marvels in the MCU, but they have not brought him back. So it is a comic book death that's stuck. Anyway. Good stuff. Like, I don't know, like well-written comic booky stuff. I don't know how else to describe it. First thing I thought of is just real solid, real good. If you like that, you know, I can help out with other stuff. So, Spider-Man, Wolverine, X-Men, Venom, Batman, JK, the last one. Since I'm watching it, should I watch all the Tales in the Crypt? Or what are some of the best episodes? Chip! You're on the Discord, right? Sir? You're on the Discord server? I invite you to check out the events on Rad's Pad. And let me pimp that for people that aren't, I think I can just do !DC. Hells yeah. Yeah, you're on the Discord, right? Check out the events on Rad's Pad. Speaking of Tales from the Crypt. We'll be maybe checking some out during the month of October. Maybe you'd like to watch along with us. Okay, weird tentacles have popped up in Reef Ridge. Let's go take the beef to the reef. I need 2 more driftwood. I'm excited to upgrade this brawly. If I get nothing else accomplished but that, I'll be happy. Tentacles, I think, is this way. Every October, I host events in the Discord related to spooky media. Wink, wink. And this year's no exception. Oh no, check out, like if you're in Discord, there should be a little thing that looks like a calendar icon that are the events of the server. There should be like 16 or 17 of them scheduled at the moment. And 16 currently. The next one is Sunday, where we're showing some wrestling as we do. We're promoting a DDT show. And then starting Friday, October 4th, and then all weekend long in October. Okay. Tentacles are just over here, on the way to the dungeon, but we're going to run one more time to get the rest of the driftwood that we need to upgrade our Brawly, which is already our best weapon. It's the one I can shoot in 8 directions. It's real quick. It's real quick. Hey, Nightbot chiming in. Oh, there's an audience finally. What's up, guys? I really need to, like, add some personality to Nightbot or replace him with something I can add some personality to. Oh, I tried to block it. Didn't work. Didn't work. Get away, get away, get away! There we go. Till I switch my weapon. Now die. How about you? There. Okay, should be one more tentacle over to the left here, and that will fulfill the request. Just shards, no lenses. Ha! Bye! Oh, there we go. Finally. So I was in Chicago. Oh no! I gotta loop around again, that's funny. I was in Chicago, I went to the Galloping Ghost Arcade. Largest arcade in the world. You pay a flat fee. We only paid for access to the arcade building. They had a second pinball building. You could either pay for arcade, pinball, or both. We only had time for the arcade. Oh no, I did it again! What is wrong with me? You know how your brain gets caught in a loop sometimes? I had not played fighting games, like full stop, for any real length of time, in ages, decades. Ages. Rob can tell you, I used to be okay at them. I used to do alright. One of the people I was traveling with, shout out to Omega Pyro. He's been in the stream before. I mean, he's been in chat with us before. Oh yeah, just, can you imagine that we didn't do the pinball building, but like, I would probably want earplugs, because you can't, like, they muted a lot of the arcade cabinets. They left a lot of the classic ones with the sound up, which was cool, because like, so you could hear Donkey Kong or like Space Invaders from kind of anywhere, or like Frogger maybe. Anyway, I'm just hearing the sound. Yeah, anyway, so like some classic sounds throughout the arcade, but a pinball building, you can't muffle all those like things bouncing off of stuff and hitting bells and da 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 da. Like that's all like real generated sound that comes from the machine. So yeah, without earplugs, I didn't think of that at the time, but in reflecting on it now, yeah, I wouldn't want to go back without earplugs to the pinball one. But back to the fighting game story. So one of the people that we were traveling with, or I was traveling with, big, like, you know, Street Fighter fan and stuff like that. So was playing against people and doing well, and then it came my turn to play against them, and we're playing Street Fighter 4 Ultra or something. Game I've literally never played. So I play it safe and pick Ryu, and I beat him in 2 straight rounds. Look, I didn't cheese it because I couldn't quite pull off, especially the kick. I couldn't quite pull off a lot of the kick supers, and I was so rusty. So I had to go back to just like fighting tactics, like just basic fighting technique. Just a solid offense and defense, like a solid offensive and defensive game. Beat him 2 straight rounds. Beat him in the rematch 2 straight rounds. Beat my other friend 2 straight rounds. Little kid came up. I'm like, oh good. Finally, a little kid's here. They're obviously going to put me in my place because he was like, I don't know, 10 or 12. I mean, like 8, yeah, somewhere in there. So, like, he obviously knows what's up. He's like, oh, you're playing Ryu? I'm going to play this lady because she counters him by doing da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, perfect. Perfect. Wipe me out so I could just get away from the cabinet. Like, I was hoping to leave either way. Not only did I also beat the kid 2 straight rounds, I accidentally just fighter brain. I accidentally ended the second round by hitting my Ultra Hadoken. So, like, he was jumping at me with his, like, character, and I just went, blam! Full screen fireball. Wipe out. And then I was like, good game! And then I just left. I was like, the cabinet's yours. I'm good. Felt good / bad. All that to say, anyone that had like any like fighting tournament experience or anything like that would whoop my ass. Like I'm not good, I don't think. But like, I don't know. The instincts kind of kick in. Like, well, if I'd be defending myself, I'd be doing this and this. So like, not even using specials, I'm just hitting like weak, medium, and strong punches and kicks and stuff like that. Just trying to like disrupt my enemy. What I really wouldn't mind doing, in terms of like fight tourney, I wouldn't mind training up to try Tekken, because I really enjoyed the fight system of the Tekken games that I played. Mind you, I think I tapped out at Tag Tournament, so I would have to brush up on the later ones. But I have 7 in my Xbox library, and I got that arcade stick. I'll have to investigate that later. Many things to do. I was thinking of trying that next year, like, sort of training up for something. I was honestly thinking Magic the Gathering tournament, because that's something I could do locally or through, like, I could train on, like, Magic the Gathering Arena and then try to do something local or something like that. I don't know. Okay. I don't think I got 2 driftwood. I just need to double... No, I did. I got exactly the amount of driftwood I need. I'm going to keep going, because they drop some afterwards, too. And it's... I think I'm close to the boss. Alright, give me your hat. I want your hat! And then I prance around and take your life. MTG breaks your brain. Oh, I love Magic. It's so... I am baffled by how the rules have expanded, and tactics have expanded since my days playing the earlier versions when it was like, you have 20 life. You take down their life. Okay. Now there's so many other ways to win. I got a Bloom Hollow Commander deck. Never played Commander before, so I was like, okay, well this one with cute woodland critters is coming out, so I'm gonna try this one. And I'll, at least learn how, or at least have the physical cards. It's so nice having the physical cards, because the whole deck is designed to play a certain way. And just in reading what all the cards did, I figured out some of the ways it wants me to win. Because some of the ways you can win Magic, it's not a deck built to win the game by exhausting your opponent's like hit points, which is one of the ways you can win Magic. It's designed for the other ways, like if your opponents run out of cards, they are eliminated if they don't have any cards to draw on their turn. So I have a bunch of cards that help my opponents draw cards faster than me. I also have cards that specifically state on the card, when this card is active, it adds new ways to win. I'm not going to divulge what those ways are, but I have cards in my deck that add different ways for me to just have a thing happen during my turn, and me go, oh, well, according to this, I just won the game. That boggles my mind a little bit, but overall, oh, it's so much fun because you have so much customizability. I highly recommend checking out Magic the Gathering Arena, because they have an extensive tutorial section that not only teaches you the basics of the game, will then walk you through the strategy for every single different color type, will then walk you through the strategy of combining colors, etc., how to counter stuff, so on. They have it's really nicely done. And it's mostly what I've done in Arena to try to like just re-educate myself on what's going on in Magic in this day and age. Plus, decks. Here's the other thing that gets me about it. There is a D&D campaign setting, Strixhaven, which is a like magical academy in the Magic the Gathering universe. So you could run a D&D campaign where some of the battles, like at school, for like a school assignment, let's say, you could run a D&D battle that's you have to play Magic, and then the winner, it would resolve just as it would in D&D. And I know they own both of them, but Both the dice and the cards? The dice and the cards? The dice and the cards together. And then I just explode into a puff of bliss. Oh, let's combine dice collecting with card collecting, with game playing, with fantasy mechanics, with role playing. Yeah, sure. Anyway. Brother tried to get you into it and was so confused the whole time. My brother got me into it by whooping my ass at it. We started playing mid-90s when it first came around. What up, Richard Garfield? When it was first a thing. And he had a black and green deck, so it was like necrotic rot, and then he would like grow fungal things all over you and stuff like that. And he had a couple tournament banned cards. He had a couple cards that he would not have been able to use in official tournaments because they were OP. And his idea of fun was seeing how fast he could kick my butt at the game. And I would just keep getting cards and trying different decks and trying different things just to beat him once. Never got close. The good thing about Magic is if you're not super serious about it, you just play it for fun. They have like random packs at the dollar store, which is what I'm primarily doing. And even from those packs, I've plucked out a good half dozen cards that are maybes for my commander deck because they have effects that work in conjunction with stuff that I know I already have in that deck. What I would take out to put them in, I don't know. But yeah, it's insane, this guy's taint. It's wild how much you can customize how you play. My fave, what I would love to do, like the pure strat, the pure magical skill version, I don't know if they still do them, would be sealed deck tourney, which is they just give you the sealed deck, 60 cards. I'm pretty sure you might even get the same 60 cards like everybody does, and then you have to just do your best at playing Magic. I would be down for that too. That sounds fun. Okay, I'm not a trash talker either. I would be like the most gentlemanly loser. I'm not expecting to do well in these things. I would like to check out the experience though. Okay, so we've refilled our smaller heals. Our other ones still got some in it. Oh, driftwood. Let's get all the driftwood. Let's get the rest of it. There we go. Now, upgrade the Brawly. But yeah, I get you. But rip it into a booster pack though. Is my counter argument to not doing it. Like, you don't have to invest heavily if you don't want to. Though I know moderation is difficult with hobbies like that, because they're fun. Also, since they have, like, foil variants of, like, every card, so you can get, like, you can get a nice deck that you have crafted in regular. Or those crafty little boogers. They'll put, like, an extra fun shiny version of the same card. Doesn't do anything different, but this one's shiny. I also think something kind of stopped me from pursuing stuff like Magic and D&D when I was younger was I didn't know anyone who was into it. Like, my brother was into that stuff, but he had his friends who he played with, so I didn't have time to teach me and stuff. Yeah, that's fair too. That happens. I had the mid-90s red box for D&D, so that would have been trying to teach 3.5, I believe. 3 or 3.5, something like that. And just never got my friends organized enough to try it. Didn't really understand it either. Like, I didn't understand. I thought the game ran itself and we just played the characters. I didn't really understand the dungeon master thing, and then that was an extra wrinkle to be like, oh, so we have to find somebody to play the game that actually plays the game, and then we play not against them but with them type of and yeah, so I never could really organize that. There was like a VCR game, I think called Dragon Strike, that was like set in the D&D universe. So that was like the only D&D thing that I had. I got like I got my brother interested in playing that board game with me like a couple times. It had like a countdown mechanic that neither of us were too fond of. Like if you didn't do a certain thing in a certain number of turns, the dragon showed up, and once the dragon showed up, y'all were pretty much dead. And like to get past the dragon, there were like manticores and stuff to fight to begin with, so it was a rough go. It was rough going. Oh, VCR games were great. Nightmare / Atmosphere. I feel like the full VHS tape of that is on YouTube. That, if I could find like the board for it and stuff, oh, do you have Tabletop Simulator for Steam? I feel like there's got to be a Nightmare mod for that, because like I said, the whole thing's on YouTube, so you could set up like a virtual television inside the Tabletop Simulator thing and play Nightmare. Yeah, silly ass games. VCR Clue was fun. All that stuff. Oh, I have 15. Wow. I am flush with Crimson Shells. Bonk. Oh, I recommend checking out Tabletop Simulator. It is a Steam game where, you know, the community can create rule sets and tile sets and stuff like that for popular games. Oh, it's nighttime. I'm going to bed. I, upon learning about this game, doing my own research, happened to go to a couple different board game websites and look at their lists of the best games of all time. Usually these lists were in the hundreds, like the top 100, the top 200. I would then went to the workshop of Tabletop Simulator and, you know, started typing in titles just to see what's going on. And I can tell you, of the time of the search, and this was a number of years ago, and the number may have improved or may have decreased. I don't know if things go out of the market. But at the time, 95% of the games that were listed as the best of all time, someone had made for Tabletop Simulator. So you could just play a virtual version of it. I was very interested in it, definitely during the pandemic, because it was like, well, we could play anything. But it just never sort of like panned out. But the desire to co-op always remains. Used to have a VHS Disney trivia game. Oh, was it the one that was like gold tin, looked like a Mickey, but like a movie reel? Something like that? I think we had something like that too. Might have been, oh, that one might have been DVD. But like, yeah, that sort of thing was great. Like, really good brand propaganda at the same time for Disney. Like, that's just hilarious and smart marketing. Yes, it was the gold one with the, like, it looked like a mouse reel with ears. Yeah, we had that one. That thing was awesome. I like doing the kids ones, where it was just like, here's a picture of a character, and you just had to yell the character's name. Like, even those ones were fun. Oh, that's Dumbo! I know that mask! Okay, I don't need these. Ours was silver, but yeah, cool! Alright. That's dope. Get a candy land. Yeah. Like, any game we can play, any game we can turn into something silly, yeah. I'm down to brainstorm all of those. I have been very patiently waiting on other people to play games with. No offense to Rob, love playing games with Rob, but we could expand outside that circle. I do on Fridays where we have the community nights. Love doing that. Would love to do more of it. Let us all lift our channels together. A few shelled rots. Okay, so I gotta go up to the shelled rots. That's just one up level. Oh god, we could play Risk. We could also maybe find... Risk isn't too bad if you maybe find like a Fantasyland version of it, like a Game of Thrones Risk, or like a something, you know what I mean? There's probably a Simpsons Risk for all I know. Water level in Quiet Shore is getting high. Is that here? Yeah. Okay, so there's a lever somewhere in the water I gotta lift. So let me do that, and then I gotta go north to deal with stuff, and then those are done. Then those two are done. Oh, here it is. Done. There we go. Damn trouble. Finish that damn trouble. Yeah, Lord of the Rings Risk. Yeah, something like that. Something fun like that. You know what we lost in the flood that I didn't realize until like a week ago or a couple weeks ago that really made me sad? I grew up with a version of Canadian Monopoly. So it went around all the provinces and did like the 3 most famous streets or whatever in each province. Like I think Winnipeg was like, or for Manitoba in Winnipeg it's like Portage in Maine or something like that. All the way around. I don't want to say, I didn't go coast to coast in geographical order. It kind of went in like gross national product per province. So like PI was first, and then you know what I mean, kind of went around and stuff like that. And as far as I know, the highest streets in Monopoly are Yonge Street and Bay Street in Toronto. I don't know. I was trying to figure that out with my sister because I'm like, I've never played American Monopoly. Is it like Broadway? Is it like Rodeo Drive? Like, what's the biggest thing what's the American one? I have no idea. Oh yeah, like the railroads. Do you even have the railroads? Like you could buy the railroads and stuff in Monopoly? We were doing like V-Rail, CN Rail, which is Canadian National Railway. Like for the utility companies and stuff, it was like Bell. It's like it was very Canadian, and I feel real sad that it's gone because like I don't even know the American one, and I don't know if you can get that proper Canadian. It was an official Canadian version of Monopoly, not, and I've seen this in stores, Canadiopoly, which is like an off-brand Monopoly like substitute. This was an official Milton Bradley or Parker Brothers, whatever it is. Jam. Ooh, village storage capacity by 5. Backpack by 1. I'll go that by 5. That's a lot more driftwood, though. All the currency smell like maple syrup. No, but it was brightly colored, unlike your meager dollars. That's the saddest part of vacationing in the States, is how much longer it takes me to like get the money out of my wallet and stuff, because it's like, hang on, I gotta look for numbers, instead of just like the color and the, you know, the pretty pictures and the foil and the see-through part and the holograms and all the fun stuff that most of the other money of the world looks like now. It really is. It really is. It doesn't even seem like it's been updated in I don't know how long. Like the same people are on it, in doing the same poses, like the same art of the same people. You know what I mean? If they do like dollars, if they do special stuff, it seems like it immediately goes to like shopping channels or like collectors or something like that. Like they don't just put them in wide circulation, as far as I know. Maybe more coins. Like I remember a number of years back, you guys did state quarters, I feel. But like, yeah. Not that I'm a big on collecting coins or anything like that. It's just like a fun thing that a country can do. You know. Of course, it got denied. Yeah, see, like collector coins and stuff, because like it's not nearly so bad to mint them, and you know, ultimately they're at worst face value. You know. Chow, cha. Oh, a lens! Give me that sweet, sweet lens. Yes. I'm just putzing around. I don't even know what I'm doing here, really. What did I want to do? I'm trying to max out my town, but not this town, the other town. I don't know if I needed to come here for anything, or if I just wanted to chase down some glass. Hey, man, you got any glass? I need them lenses bad, man. Just one. Yes, Chip, we are discussing, like, the propensity to do collector coins and fun coinage in America versus doing a lot of fun dollars, like your actual dollar bills and such. Not the most exciting currency to look at or interact with whilst I'm vacationing in the States. That's all. Oh, I'm full. I'm so flush with the sandstone. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Okay, well, that's enough there then. Yeah, we just did not long ago. Let's see if I have it still. Or if this will even work. I'm going to put myself up front and center for this, since we're talking. Let me double check here. Yeah. So not long ago, we actually had a poll on who would you like to put on the new $10 bill. Let's see if I can hold this up. That is Viola Desmond of the women's suffragette movement. She played a major role in helping women gain the right to vote in Canada, and she is now on our $10 bill. One of the few bills that actually is designed to go sideways like this. So it is a you know, like a portrait of her. Like, we would even do stuff like, here, let me show you a 20 real quick. Oh, it might not work because it's green. Yeah, you can't. Anyway, it's green, but it is an updated, like, later in life portrait of the queen. Like, even that, we would respectfully update what the queen looked like on our currency as she got older. Stuff like that. All right, back to the game. I remember that. Yeah, Tubman on the 20 sounds dope. Get on it. Get on it. Okay, they're all done already. It's just driftwood, I guess, eh? That's my biggest thing. Yes, the Queen of England. I mean, she's no longer with us, but yeah. I haven't seen 20s minted since her passing. I would no doubt that King Charles is on them. Who's on my bills? A lot of different people. Former prime ministers. Like I said, the Queen's on the 20 since it's the most common. It's sort of the most common currency. So she's on that one. I want to say, so John A. MacDonald's on the 5. Why you got another country on your bill? Canada is part of the British Commonwealth. So we have ties to Britain. Like the Queen, like the royals do annual visits here and stuff like that. We are part of the British Commonwealth. Yeah, in America, it's all for the states. Yeah, and stuff like yes. Oh, I'm well aware. Yeah. In fact, our Canada Day, like our Independence Day, if you will, whereas yours was, I believe, through conflict, if I'm not mistaken. Like you seceded from. Like, you completely abandoned your ties to Britain through conflict. Ours was, we seceded through the signing of what is called the British North America Act. So we just established ourselves as our own country with ties to the Commonwealth of Britain, but an independent nation. So we just kind of politely signed some papers, and we're like, oh, okay. Like, you're your own thing, but you're still tangentially related, of course. Yes, the American Revolution of 1776. Meanwhile, almost 100 years later, in 1867, some people sat around a table and drew up some documents that made Canada a thing. So before then, it would have been considered a British territory, I believe. Don't quote me on that. It's been ages since I've done any history. But that one's embedded, because we celebrate it every year, July 1st. Canada Day, the day we became Canada. As our own thing. So yeah, like I said, they did annual visits. The Canadian, like a lot of our governmental systems and public systems are in the model of or similar to the British. What was the British style at the time? Like we have, like they might have the British Broadcasting Corporation. We have the CBC, the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation, funded by the Canadian government. So taxpayer dollars go to the CBC to produce Canadian media that matters to, is about, features, you know, in front of the camera and behind the camera on all aspects, like is by and for Canadians. Some stuff, like the biggest recent hit that CBC had, I think, was Schitt's Creek. That seemed to have popped off internationally. Boink, boink, boink. They had a hand in creating that. Yeah, all over, lots of stuff. So we have like, so we have that as a regulatory body. It is a crown corporation, meaning that it is owned by the government of Canada. So there are CBC stations all across the land. It is, if I only had rabbit ears, I would still get a CBC station. Like it is within the fabric of the country that we broadcast, and there be a public government sponsored broadcaster, and that is our CBC. Yeah, I'm pretty sure, because it's all over their CBC Gem streaming app. Which, by the way, if you have a VPN, you can sign up for free and watch a bunch of weird Canadian stuff. Rocco does it. He was telling me about it. It's like, how do you know what this is? Yeah, that was after you had your American Revolution, and then y'all tried to invade us in 1812, and we were like, nah, I don't think so. So much so that we burned down your White House. And then, you know, don't be trying that again. Just a low-key flex there. Don't mess with us. We burned down your White House. We burned down the White House. So. It's hilarious. Yeah, Kids in the Hall. Kids in the Hall, produced by Lorne Michaels with Broadway Video, so there was an American component there because he's based out of New York, but that was funded by the CBC. So it was funded by, they in fact have a sketch about the fact that it's public funded and what the public funding is going for, and like it's at the end of them doing a terrible sketch, and then they break down how you paid for that terrible sketch. It's great. If I can find the clip, I'll link it. I'll throw it in the Discord, in the what you're watching thing. I remember Rob posted it a while ago, so maybe I can dig it up because I think Rob posted it. If not in there, in our private one. But yeah, Kids in the Hall is eternal as just that. Okay, Kids in the Hall was a 5-man troupe, comedy troupe. They played all the male and female characters, and one of them was very openly gay the whole time they were on the show. I watched that show when I was like less than 10 years old. Like it started in the 80s. So like when I was like 8 or 9, I started watching Kids in the Hall. I credit it for a lot of my attitudes towards various communities. I don't have a problem with anybody because like people are just people. And part of it is because of that, and like Monty Python too, because they would also play the female characters, you know, as a parody of like how traditional theater used to work, etc., etc. So I just never had a problem. Like I don't have a problem. Live your truth. Like I went to a recent festival, local, that had steampunk and magical elements to it, and that felt like, to some, this sort of environment. Maybe it was because the steampunk elements were already in the costume, but there were a couple of fursonas, and the people that I were with were like, oh, the furries. I'm like, whatever. If they want to be uncomfortable on a sweltering hot day, walking around the festival, they are at least dressed thematically, because like they're wearing steampunk stuff, and who's to say that they wouldn't be steampunking some weird scientific experiment where they're cross breeding genetics and stuff like that. So whatever. We are in a fantasy land, and I don't understand why anthropomorphic animals is your sticking point. It's their choice. Just let them live their lives. Most of that, of course, I didn't say out loud because I'm not there to stir up trouble. But like internally, I'm like, you know, whatever. Live and let live. They ain't hurting nobody. Again, it's their choice to be that uncomfortable. What am I on about? Oh, that I'm not anti-furry. Like I just don't care. That's all. I'm not a don't knock it if you haven't tried it kind of guy. I'm just like, I don't understand the fervor against them. Especially not if they choose to, you know, present in public as one did, or a couple did during this festival that I was at locally the other day. On the weekend. No. This was a real life event that I went to in a town nearby. It was a steampunk and magic little festival thing. And there were people walking around dressed up. It was called the Uncommon Fest. And some of the people dressed up, there were like people dressed up steampunk, but some of the people dressed up steampunk were also like, you know, had a fox head or like a rabbit head or whatever. So my point is just that, like, you want to wear that sweaty thing, then whatever. You're still dressed up. Wasn't any more out of place than the people representing whatever Hogwarts house they were in my opinion. No, actual magic. Like, actual magic work. There were illusionists. There were, like, scheduled magic shows. People walking around, doing tricks. There was, like, a big inflatable dragon you can get your picture taken with. I mean, there was a Harry Potter element because they did have a wizarding school area. They were serving a version of butterbeer. Yeah, just a celebration of the Fae, I guess. You know, just a celebration of all those sorts of things. Just, you know, if you want to be a silly Billy and wear a costume and come hang out in this very cute small town on the Detroit River, just this beautiful little place. All the shops were represented. We found this really nice little bookstore. We found this really nice little candy shop nearby. I'm thrilled that there's a Beaver Tails coming into the area because that's not something I've been able to enjoy since moving across the province. It's only basically, I didn't know it was mainly in the Ottawa area and not out here. But getting a beaver tail is going to be great. You might know them as bear claws or some nonsense, but without testing any other product, my fierce patriotism can tell you that the beaver tail is superior. I don't want to get rid of the sandstone because I'm like, I got to be able to use it to upgrade something. Let me check the other town. Yeah, have you ever had what is known as like a bear claw? Or, there's other names for them I don't remember. I just know bear claw. It's that big, like, it's a big flat donut, usually like heavily rolled in like a cinnamon or something like that. We have a version of them up here called beaver tails. That's all. The recipe's slightly different. The toppings are slightly different. That's true. I'm the one hovering over the over space in Canada. I'm just trying to relate to my American friends. Yeah, there's a lot of European influence in the country. You're not wrong. Especially, I would say, the further out west you go, attitudinally, much like the coastal, I don't want to say elites, but like the coastal attitudes of your Californians and stuff, that bleeds into British Columbian or Vancouver attitudes. Out east, you'll get, like, the accent you'll get is mixed with a lot of like Irish. So there would have been the Irish people that then headed toward the sea, essentially. All the little islands and stuff over there. Yeah. I think I've heard of bear claws. Okay, so do a little Google of or bear claw or a beaver tail, either or, and you should. I mean, I put beaver tail pastry because otherwise, who knows what's going to come up. But highly recommend. They are a delicious treat. That's going to make that one jar better. I'm not in a big rush to do that. Is there anything I need the sandstone for over here? What's up? I don't even know what that is. Okay, so whatever those are, probably from the autumn town. So, okay, so I don't need the sandstone for anything. Let me just drop it. Oh, for sure, Dex. And that's so much fun. That's so dope. Like, that's so wild. Oh no, no, we don't have all the same slang because like we're also close to the States. So no, we've got a lot of slang terms in common with you guys. Like, no, we don't call fries chips. No, we don't go to the lavatory. Like, not like we don't get on the trolley. I mean, there are trolleys, but like it's a bus, you know, stuff like that, or a streetcar. I'm sure one of them, at least one of them's named Desire. Yeah, so so there's tons of similarities as well. It's just you know, we also have our differences. There's nothing wrong with that. Little things here and there. Highly recommend you come visit. If for nothing else, the strength of your dollar. It'll go further. Cost of living is lower up here, and I mean, it's unfortunately getting closer, but cost of living is lower, and yeah. Your dollar is stronger than ours, so it'll go further. Yes, we drive on the same side as the rest of like out in the States that we have an alignment with, for sure. We don't use the imperial system of measurement. We use, or sorry, we do. Whatever you, no, we use empirical, and you guys use whatever you guys. We use metric. You guys use imperial. I think that's how it works. Something like that. Imperial or empirical. We use the metric system. Is all I'm trying to say. But because of our proximity to the States, I couldn't tell you my height in centimeters, but I know I'm 6 feet tall. So like some stuff trades back and forth. Some stuff, like we have Canadian football. We still measure the field in yards. Mind you, Canadian football, the field is 110 yards. And there's only 3 downs instead of 4. And in my opinion, it's a more enjoyable game to watch. There's a one extra person. I think there's one extra. I think if you line up 12v12, it's not 11v11 either. So there are some similarities, but again, like we share certain measurements of things. Strangely, like it's weird that like we measure ours in yards, but it was the standard of measurement for football. So we just kept it. Yeah, we're the metric system. I just can never remember what yours is called. Oh yeah, yeah. CFL versus NFL. There's quite the difference. It's a lot faster. You have less time on the clock. Actually, a lot of the rules. Yeah, that makes sense. I don't watch a lot of football either, but a lot of the rules, the XFL or whatever it's called now, maybe the UFL, the United Football League. I think that lifted some stuff from the CFL because the people in charge of that before. Like even way back in 2002, I think, when Vince McMahon founded the XFL, I believe his first bid was just to try to buy the CFL because it was already an existing league. And it was just, but the league was like, nah, bro, we're good. Oh, and by the way, the championship game of the Canadian Football League is called the Grey Cup. And I believe this year will be the 114th Grey Cup. So suck a nut, Super Bowl. 50-something. Oh, yeah. What's up, youngin? What's up, little festival, little celebration? Yeah, he bought the XFL, merged it with the USFL, and I think it's now the United Football League. Okay, so Spring wants sandstone. Just as I dropped the sandstone, they dropped the sandstone on me. Amazing. And then debris. No problem. That's amazing. What the last thing I said before I went to bed is I don't want to drop the sandstone. And they literally needed exactly what I dropped. That's the not so Super Bowl, is the really big toilet. Welcome to the tiny bowl. Okay, Lilliput. Yeah, it's just over here. Gotta use this guy. Looks like I gotta collect more sandstone. Good thing it's right here. Go. Ooh, I'm almost at 2,000 air. Okay. Halacho. Any more down here? Nope. Taking a loop. There we got 4 of the 6-pack. That's not too bad. Let's unclog these, this drainage system and do our second request. I did notice that we maxed out one of them for 5. I don't know what color yet. Or I wasn't paying attention enough to do what color. I'm not very good at multitasking. Also not used to talking to people in chat. Just myself. Which I can manage, no problem, because I do it all the time. Yes, Doug Flutie was Canadian. Correct. He got his shot in the NFL because of how well he did in the Canadian Football League. The Rock, I think, made the practice squad of the Calgary Stampeders. I think that was his CFL tie for a while. I don't need this crimson thing, I don't think. I'll check. Absolutely. Quarterback. Bing, bing. Okay, so I don't need to do yellow anymore, but I did, even though it's the 3-star one, which is great. I didn't need to drop those sandstone off at all, but I did, because I'm considerate. So we're just going to focus on red and blue. We're not going to do any more yellow things, so because we don't need to. I'm just going to max these out, or get as close as we can to 5 for our 2-hour time limit. Or our self-imposed time limit, that is kind of up. We'll see how close we get. I've done everything for the day, so now is the time on Sprockets when we dance. Or in fact, when we don't dance. Because you can dance if you want to. You can leave your friends behind. I had a moment the other day while streaming, just an out-of-body moment where I saw myself talking to Nolan. I just started laughing like a maniac. Yeah, it's kind of weird to get over in a little bit. Like, I'm used to it. Just like speaking out into the void and hoping to catch something back. It's the actual interaction, which, believe me, I very much appreciate. Lovely to see y'all. Hope you make a habit of it. But I'm unaccustomed, so I'm trying to, like, you can see that my gaming's a little off, where the rest of it's okay. There we go. That's enough to sleep. I'm just trying to, like, bed down, check the requests, power through this town improvement. Buffalo Bills is your favorite team. He was after Jim Kelly before the playoff drought. Oh, yeah. I remember that. Oh, were you, Chip, were you alive for the 4 years in a row? is it just like family lore or something like that? You know what I mean? Like, is it just Buffalo Bill fandom, like foundational, not like, you know what I mean? Like, it's just like something everyone less commiserates. Getting the balances is a weird test and goes. Yeah, a lot of it is, because a lot of it needs to be done on the fly, and even if it's working, and even if you're like, you think you got it down, stuff like today happens where I booted up my stream and it still said I was playing BG3. You know what I mean? It's hard out there for the entrepreneur. Yay! That's the two things we need. Well, I'm glad you're getting back to it. It's good to see. Acorns have walked over to Shell Cove. Oh, okay. That's just on the... All right. That's just over the border. That should not take long. You were a baby during the Super Bowl years? Like you were born during them? Could you have been a happy Super Bowl baby? Like, you know what I mean? Is your birthday in like October or November? I'm trying to think of what would have been 9 months after the Super Bowls at that time. They were like, you know, January, February. Spirits were high. I couldn't believe it as a kid that they went for... I was rooting for them after the second one. Like 3 and 4, I was like, come on, guys, you got this. But, wow, what a story. I remember that. See, again, you would have been a baby, so which means I got a good 10 years on you at least, because I was like 11, 12 was pretty formative in sports. Like, overall, but pretty formative in sports, especially. No comment on your age. Yeah, no problem. I don't mind sharing mine. I'm the host here. Scritch, scritch. Oh. Nose hair is itching up my nostril.
We hate it. We hate it, filthy hobbitses.
It's hard because to get into Gollum, I like to do the where he's like just does that weird noise. He's getting ready to like smack a fish to death or throw it at you or something. It's been a while. You're a baby, or so you've been told. Is it just like a sweet old black lady that calls you baby? Oh, if you're an internet grandpa, I'm internet Methuselah. I'm internet vampire. I'm an undead internet zombie. Good gravy. Okay, I think that's pretty much it for the day. Did I do it again? Oh, the other thing. What's the other thing? Water level. Oh, yeah. So there's something here that I gotta yoink. It's probably this thing right here. A yoink and we will go. A yoink and we will go. We snag the thing and then hit up. A yoink and we will go. 100 years in Earth in 1 year? Sure. In my alternate timeline, 100 years in Earth is 1 year. Sure, sure, sure. Also, you're training in 10 times Earth's gravity. You'll hit Super Saiyan before you know it. Oh. Distractions. I just noticed now that my camera isn't centered. Giant hand, the giant hand of God. There we go. Isn't that nicer? Maybe I'm just a stickler for that sort of thing, but... Time to relax. Every day was as long as a life age on the earth. My goodness, it's over 9,000. I feel like I'm 11 billion years old, for sure. Especially in terms of certain internet cultures. But in other capacities, I don't. Because I'm like, even though I've had to learn like half a dozen to a dozen pieces of software over the years to help out with my streaming and stuff, I've not begrudgingly done so. Like, I've happily been like, okay, cool, let's figure out how to do this. Let's figure out how to do this. So I still look forward to learning things in life. I'm finally taking like way better care of myself than I used to in the past. The internet is definitely its own age. Yeah, the rate at which it has accelerated, changed, fundamentally shifted human understanding, the way our minds work. Yeah, that was what I was studying in for my bachelor's in psychology. I was trying to go into the study of human-computer interaction, like literally how everything that we're doing with the screen in front of our faces, every bit of computation that our brain used to do that we are offloading to another device. Like, it's not that many generations ago that everybody could make change in their head. You know, you gave me an item is 73 cents, you hand me a dollar bill, I give you 27 cents back. Like, people knew to do that immediately and not just look at the register because the register told them. Stuff like that. Like, how does that affect what we're offloading? What's filling that space in our brains? How are the pathways changing? Are they changing? Etc., etc., etc. I couldn't think of any practical application for it. Just a lot of fun research things that would probably involve me studying how video games affect motor skills, communication skills, cognitive ability, what sorts of things you could do in games to improve areas of the brain, stuff like that. I started creating content on Twitch and YouTube in 2014, and that fact makes me feel old. Oh, Dex, I bought this computer I got this computer, I don't know, whatever the year, I can just check this. It was the year that Fallout 3 came out, because I was like, I want a machine that will run, Fallout 4. Let me see when this came out. When did I get this thing? Okay, the next year, you started doing stuff in 2014. In 2015, holiday season, I bought the computer I'm currently playing, with the hope of streaming my Fallout 4 playthrough. Like, that was it. That was going to be my in. Come to find out, my internet is trash doo-doo. Couldn't stream anything. So here I am with this beastly, at the time, pretty top-of-the-line gaming system. It was, instead of getting a PS4 or the Xbox One, or whatever the previous one is to the Series X, that generation of gaming, I was like, I'm just going to invest in a PC because I can do more than just game with it. And I can also, I gotta go get a package. And I can also stream. I can also share the experience. Not for years and years. Years and years went by. They finally put fiber optic in the neighborhood. I finally got decent internet. This was after the pandemic. I didn't get to start streaming until the pandemic. I was like, nuts to this. I'm going to be stuck inside anyway. So April Fool's Day at midnight, I started my first midnight special stream, where I was streaming midnight until 2 a.m. because that's all I had to make sure that nobody else was using the internet in the house to make sure I could do it. I could only stream in 480p and 15 frames a second. So only half of what I was actually doing made it out visually. And I had the same microphone I'm using now. So you heard me. Also, you didn't hear me using this voice. I was using my broadcaster voice more than anything else when I first started. Hello, people of Earth. It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way. Like, I was doing Anchorman rather than just being myself. Because I was like, if I'm broadcasting, I need to do broadcast standards. And I still kept a lot of broadcast standards, don't get me wrong. But being more myself and using all the silly voices I have in my brain has served me much better than just sticking to one. Oh, Mixer. Good lord. Yeah. Yeah, I just stuck with this. So this or YouTube for me. I just discovered something called Dropout, which is an exclusive streaming service that just does comedy. And now I'm like, well, I want to get something on that. How do I do that? Oh yeah, the iPhone being new was great. Justin TV. Good gravy. Oh, there was another one way before then. Stage X. Did y'all ever do Stage X? It wasn't even streaming. It was like you could host videos and people could come watch your videos, and like if they liked it, it was like a YouTube thing. Yeah, I put so many weird foreign cartoons on that. I'm like, hey, here's this weird Russian thing or this Czechoslovakian. I think that's accurate to say because at the time it was Czechoslovakia. I know it's split up since, but at the time it was this Czechoslovakian animated film called The Elm-Chanted Forest. Has anyone heard of this? And I literally got a response from someone in Russia being like, oh my gosh, I used to watch this all the time as a kid, and I thought it was lost to time. How did you find this? This is so great. Thank you. They said all that in Russian. So I had to translate it so I could write back like, holy crap, I can't believe somebody in Russia watched this. I'm so thrilled that I could bring you back a childhood memory. You had a straight up MP3 player? Same. Sames. With like a real, like a Tamagotchi-like display that would maybe tell you the name of the artist and stuff. And then you get an upgraded one that could display the album. Yeah, just anything that read like an ID3 tag. Heck yeah. Napster, I don't think I did. I think I did the one after. What was the one after Napster? Like LimeWire? I feel like... Or Kazaa. That's it. Kazaa. Did y'all Kazaa? Napster was a thing for sure, but I Kazaa'd like crazy. Yeah, flash drive with a little screen. LimeWire was one. Yeah, the one I'm thinking was Kazaa. K-A-Z-A-A. Oh, there's another thing. We, like the British, we have British English. So our alphabet is the same, but it's Z and not Z. That's like little stuff like that. Oh, I went to the wrong place. I need to go get the package. I was just having fun. A lot of nostalgia. Heck yeah. They were rough, but at the time it was incredible. Just having that kind of portability was wild, yeah. I doubt it, but who knows? I doubt it's still around, but who's to say? I don't want to go look. It's probably owned by some real shady people now. Like, LiveJournal still exists, but at some point it was bought by a shady Russian company, and they just have that data now. I tried to shut it down because I used LiveJournal in like 2003 or 2004 for like a summer or something like that. And I've since tried to go shut it down. And since I don't remember my password, they're like, oh, that's no problem. To log into your LiveJournal account, all you need to do now is photocopy some government documents for us and send those in. I'm like, oh yeah, nope. These weren't your policies before you were owned by a Russian company. I wonder why they are now. Interesting. Oh yeah, the Google competition of Ask Jeeves. I did that. Web crawler. Yahoo. Searching on Yahoo. Alta Vista. Yeah, there were a handful of them that would give you different results, so you had to search multiple places. Heck yeah. Roaster started on Mixer. That's funny how bad that was. I mean, they all have such good intentions, right? All the other streaming platforms, like, this is going to be the one that does this, or like pays the people more fairly, or this, that, or the other. And just, I don't know, it just doesn't get there. I feel like the thing holding me back on Twitch is the time at which I do streams, because I'm in the middle of the afternoon. I don't mind doing it on Wednesdays because I watch Dynamite at night, so that's like a set thing I do with Rob each week. That's our little thing. I got the man back into wrestling. The least I can do is watch it with him once a week. But I'm moving. What's Kick? I don't even know that one. They all have good intentions, and then there's Kick. That sounds sinister. I don't even know that one. Is that the one that was all yellow, or is that Mixer? That's probably Mixer. Look, I have 6 more sandstone than I need again. I'm gonna leave it. You'll fool me twice. Oh, I forget what I was talking about. Oh, yeah, so my streams will be going prime time. With the hockey season, I've tentatively have them starting at 8 most nights, but if there's a hockey game on, my first priority is to watch hockey games with my mom. We are big Pittsburgh Penguins fans. It's our favorite thing to do together. I watch as many of the games during the regular season with my mom as I can, so I will continue to do that. So they're tentatively scheduled to start at 8, but if there's a hockey game on, they'll be starting at around 10 because that's when the games end. Or if the game starts at 10, they'll be starting at like 7 so I can get my 3 hours in before the game starts. Attitude Era pay-per-views were, I think, $30. Sorry, $40 when it started, but then halfway through they went from 7 p.m. start times to 8 p.m. start times, and then increased the price by $10, I think. So they were like $50 a month, much like the AEW ones are now. They're like $50 a month. Or if you have the means and don't mind watching them in Spanish, they are the low cost of money you already invested in a C-band satellite and a certain circuit board. Kick is a streaming platform that's owned by a casino company. Pay the big names that got banned off of here on YouTube to stream. Oh, it's the Island of... Yeah, there had to be one. I knew there was going to be one Island of Misfit Toys that's just like, money's money. If they generate, they generate. Okay, so that's Kick, is it? Got it. Got it. Okay. Thank you for letting me know. I now know that I will not probably ever use that. Yeah, that sounds gross. That sounds awful. I have most fun on stream playing games like this and injecting as much of me into it as I can. Like the big blockbuster games, like taking nothing away from Baldur's Gate 3, it's a joy to play, it's a joy to look at, it's a joy to listen to. It's great. But for whatever reason, I'm more of like, I like the coziness, I like the lower stakes stuff streaming, because I think that also helps me interact more. You know, is their slogan, kick me? You'll get a kick out of it. Oh, a beautiful sunny day. A request in every category. That's nice. Yeah. Weird little games. That's it. So I'm going to be doing that more. I feel like we just finished Starfield on Mondays, and that's probably going to be our biggest game that we'll be playing for a while. Like, I mean, I know we're doing Baldur's Gate 3 with Rob, but we're towards the end of that. Rob and I have already decided on our next game. It is a return to form. It is a prequel to a playthrough we've already done. I don't want to drag it out or bury the lead. I'll tell you all about it. Oh yeah. I won't tell Nondescript Playroom about it because they just got banned. But I'll tell the rest of y'all about it. We are doing a prequel to our run of Saints Row 4, where we completed that storyline. Loved playing through that entire game co-op with Rob. Had a lot of fun. Absolutely ridiculous open world game. Super goofy, right? We played through that. When we're done BG3, we're hopping into the remaster of Saints Row the Third, and we're going to play through that, and we're going to have a blast. Oh, I loved Saints Row 4. Oh, I had so much fun playing with him. We did it. Yeah, that's why he was checking out the third last night. Yeah, I downloaded it while we were playing BG3 just to get it ready. Yeah, that'll be coming down the pipe. I might even go watch some of our VODs of the fourth one. If I get real fancy, I might do a previously on or something that just sort of like highlights the ridiculousness that we got. We accidentally, just through like our enjoyment of the game, like almost, if not like 100%ed that sucker. Like, I'm pretty sure we got all the collectibles. I'm pretty sure we did most of, if not all of the side quests, just because it was fun. Everything we did. We found silly ways to do it and just had a blast. Like, especially once we got the superpowers and we were just like, yeah, let's just wreck shop and do what we need to do. Okay, the rot. Busted the rain catchers. We need succulents. Okay, let me grab some succulents for the road. Let me get some road suckles. Maybe not. Maybe not road suckles. Maybe we'll work on that term. Littlewood? I have that. I have Littlewood. I have so many games that are super cute that we'll be getting to. Yeah, once Garden Story's down, we might do a little Doraemon Age of Seasons. There's lots of things that I have that are super cute, which I'm not ashamed to say that I enjoy that type of stuff as a 44-year-old man. There's nothing wrong with that. To me, games were always a way to unwind. And as a kid, it was a way to help me process some stuff I couldn't deal with, like my aggression and stuff, by letting me get it out on beating the crap out of things in games. I don't really need that from games anymore. I like a nice story and some fun gameplay. Sound like you with the Spider-Man games, you 100%ed it before you even realized? Like me in the couple of Batman Arkhams that I've played. I'm like, gotta get everything. Batman wouldn't leave crimes unsolved. I'm sorry, he wouldn't. Rain catchers. That's all the way. Okay, that's to the right. I know I'm pointing this way screen-wise, but I need to be pointing this way. So that's to the right. Okay, so that's always. Okay, so I just need to go this way. God of War I never got into, and I'll tell you what bothered me about God of War was I'm not. It seemed like way too hyper masculine for me. Like I'm not that kind of guy. So like, especially him getting his health back by having sex. with just some random person, I was just like, this is not for me. Devil May Cry, I never tried those. I did some Onimusha. Loved me some Onimusha. Mark of Kree, did that back in the day. That was great. The new one's super good. Yeah, I've heard great things. Like, I'm sure the story has matured. I'm sure the storytelling has matured. No doubt. Love the first handful of Assassin's Creeds. In fact, I have, like, the Ezio collection for Xbox. But that's too big a game. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm veering away from all the big stuff because I'm like, I'd rather explore the outskirts. Like, I live my life anyway, you know? I am a self-imposed hermit most of the time. Mind you, I'm branching out a lot more this year. Ventured to the States, saw a new city, made a friend online and met them in real life. Never did that before either. Lots of fun new experiences. Okay. What are you selling? Oh, I think they trade me for shells. Hey, Concord. If you've devastated shells, I'd love to take a few off your hands. They remind me of the ocean. The answer is no. Alright, I gotta do the other tentacule and then go north. I was trying to remember. What am I doing here? Am I doing the dungeon? I could do the dungeon. Should I do the dungeon? No, we did the dungeon. Now, a lot of people would say you should probably maybe smoke less before you game, and I would tell you, actually, the smoking helps. It would be worse. I would be so... What am I supposed to be doing? That I would just be sitting still. The first of the new ones is literally a story written by one of the writers of the second OG game, and he wrote the story as a more mature game because he had matured. He became a father and settled down in life with the game of... That's great. That sounds awesome. That sounds awesome. I'm into card games lately to some that's boring. Chip, have you ever played a game called Cross Maga? It's on Steam. It's free. It's by the creators of a game series set in a world called Wakfu. They have a game called Wakfu. They have a game called Dofus. If it sounds weird, it's like a French anime, which is why it might sound a little weird. They made a sort of card battler... They made a card battler game called Cross Maga set in that universe. The art style, I think, is very appealing. I think the style of it, like the personality of it, is very appealing. On Netflix, there is a 4-season television series called Wakfu, set in the universe that tells a story centered around important characters to the overall lore. Highly recommended. Highly recommended that you watch it in the original French with English subtitles because the jokes translate better. Like the dirty old man is a dirty old man in the French one more than he's a dirty old man in the English version. Wakfu. W-A-K-F-U. Wakfu. I'll even type it. Wakfu. Pretty sure it's still on Netflix, like internationally, so I would hope it'd be in the States for you. And Dex, if you're still here, that goes for you too. It's a fun French anime that I was not expecting to even discover existed, let alone enjoy as much as I did. The first season or two very much looks like it's like Flash animation, but like high quality Flash animation, and then they like... Okay, so here's how it got on Netflix. The first 2 seasons aired, I think, on French television, with the animation style that I said, like, looked like really good Flash animation, but again, not, you know, maybe like a half step below what I would consider true broadcast quality. Fans outside of France loved the property so much, they did a fan dub of the first 2 seasons. They got a bunch of people to play, they got cast everybody, and they did a fan voiceover for the entire show, the first 2 seasons. That fan version got in the hands of the people, or got the attention of the people that actually make the show, not knowing that, oh crap, there seems to be an audience here, and that they somehow parlayed that into buying the dubs of the first 2 seasons from the fans, using that to then be able to pitch the show to Netflix because they had English content to show them. Netflix put it on their streaming platform and helped sponsor them hiring professionals to dub the 3rd season, and I believe go back and dub seasons 1 and 2 with professional voice actors so that it matched. based off what the fans did because they wanted to see the show in English. And I believe that a 4th season is either on Netflix or is coming at some point. And I can't wait to see what happens there because it was wrapped up as far as I was concerned in the 3rd one. Oh, Dex joined the club. That's another thing I'm going to be working on in the coming year. Like, I spent so much time the past couple of weeks just talking about the various processes of me doing my impressions of what Jim Henson used to do that I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to try to do this because I make stupid voices all the time. So I might as well make a buck or two whilst I do. And I don't mean the buck or two that I make every couple of months off of Twitch, which is still appreciated, don't get me wrong. Happy September, everybody. But, yeah, I feel like I could do a lot more. I feel like I do a lot more in the industry. A few episodes of Pokemon were changed. Oh, yeah, in terms of content, no doubt. Yeah. The liberal attitudes of the Japanese versus here. I'm sure a lot of Sailor Moon got changed. Ooh, that was almost Star Trek. Yeah, I'm just hanging on to this sandstone just in case. What do you need? I don't have a seed pouch. I probably get one in autumn. It's a rock. Cosmetic items. There we go. All right, I'll improve my my heals. 15. I got 6. I'll have 6 remaining. There we go. I used to have a much better voice, but I got really sick when I was a teenager to fuck my vocal cords. I used to have a deeper voice than I do now. It's not necessarily about being, like, deep for voice acting, but, like, as long as you got range. As long as you know your voice and what can do that. I have always had a higher register, because, like, I used to sing in, like, elementary school choir, and I was a descant, which was the solo sopranos. So it would be, like, you know, bass, tenor, soprano, and then me and 3 other ladies were like the solo soprano artists. So we had the strongest, highest voices. So I've had to find my bass as I've gotten older. Bum 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 bum. That's super bass. So it's not like I can just sort of turn it off and on when I need to. Put a little rumble down there. Which is part of it too, like my broadcaster voice. Hello, people of Earth. It's your pal, the Orbital Outcast, Rad Gnarly, coming your way. Like if I had a radio gig, I would be sounding like this all the time. Coming up, we got Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. But before that, I'm going to set my cat on fire. You know. One episode had a person pointing a gun, so they took it away. He's just pointing. Oh yeah, that's like when they did the DVD remaster of friggin' E.T. and then all the people that had guns suddenly have walkie-talkies, and they're threateningly pointing walkie-talkies at a child. Like, oh yeah. I've heard that name, Chip. I don't know who you're talking about. Like, I've seen that person. I don't think I've watched a frame of any of their content. Did that sound like them? I mess up a lot of my voices like I used to voices like Crowley from Supernatural. Oh, I don't know that stuff really well. I really can't do the deeper stuff anymore. Well, the voice, like anything else, is a muscle. So, like, if you get back to it, if you, you know, if you train, you can get it back. Like, that's part of what I'm doing music-wise. I'm doing piano lessons at home. We do musical theory in person, but I'm also pick up some vocal tips here and there because I'm trying to, like, come on, max out that red. Yeah. Okay, so we're already over time. We have maxed out 2 of the 3 categories. I'm going to make the decision because I have other things to do with my day. That's why usually the Wednesday streams are in the afternoon and shorter. We are going to... Oh no, there are requests and they're right here in my house. I did this on purpose to myself. I didn't even look at the color. It's probably yellow and we don't need to do anything yellow, but we're doing it anyway because we can't help ourselves. We just need to do this. Okay, I'm going to punch these acorns. He's a YouTuber. He's got a really deep, nice voice. He's got to do Macho Man voice or a wrestler. You can. Oh, everyone can do Macho Man. That's pretty easy. You just got to dig it. He says, not doing Macho Man at all. I did that one. Dex, I'm pretty sure I saw that video of when I was trash talking you during that UFC tournament. That was a character voice the whole time because I'm like, well, I don't want to be mean, but like a part of me can be mean, so I can be like. People said it sounded like Cobra Commander. This is me trying to be as slimy as possible, which makes sense, because it felt like a very slimy voice. Thanks, buddy. I appreciated those too. Yeah, I kept as many as I could, because quite honestly, I'm dumb. I don't do stuff to hang on to it. Like, my friends have told me this throughout my whole life. Like, dude, if you wrote down or bothered to remember anything that you said, you could probably monetize it. You're funny and stuff. Like, you could probably make a living at it if you bothered to remember any stupid thing that you said that we all found amusing. I actually have a friend who writes down when she thinks I say something that's ridiculous, and then will like bust out a list every once in a while and just like give me a point form note. I'll be like, oh yeah, this. So I kind of had like a comedic chronicler at some point, but like, do Stone Cold. Just tell me to do Stone Cold. What? I can't. Like, now he's got that. He's kind of down here. See, I don't know quite the Texas accent. Yeah. Drop you on that stack of dimes you call a neck. Yeah, I can't quite. It's just kind of angry redneck. It's not quite Stone Cold. The voice I was doing for the UFC tournament was like, I'm right up here and I'm about to destroy you. In the ring, you will be obliterated by me. Will you? And just picture that doing a lot of like puns and portmanteaus and silly stuff. Only do him for certain words. Dex, start with that. That's not necessarily I can only do him with certain words. Let's shift that mindset a little bit. It's not I can only do him with certain words. Think of it more, the way I get into the voice is I need to say these sorts of things. You know, the way I get into the voice is with a certain phrase. And that, I think, will help. Like, I do that with voices. Like, there's certain things, like if I want to do Sean Connery, I think of the stupid thing he said, and I think The Rock, losers always write about their best. Winners go home and fuck the prom queen. Like, that's fucking stupid. I just remember him saying that. So I try to go into my terrible Sean Connery with that. Do The Rock. You do these impressions, Chip. Let me see you do them. I never said I did impressions of anything other than Jim Henson Muppets. If you want to do The Rock, just try to sound like Elvis, kind of, I feel. There's a bit of overlap there. Okay, I did the blue one. That's the only one I want to do, so I'm going to drop my things off, and... Shrek is just Mike Myers. Not just, but I mean, it's like Mike Myers' Scottish accent. Can you do Fat Bastard? There, you did Shrek. Bonk. It's a vicious cycle. Wait, I'm happy because I eat, and I eat because I eat because I'm unhappy, and I'm unhappy because I eat. I've been told my Irish accent is way better than it should be, so I'll stick to doing Irish for everything. Perfect! Yeah, if you luck into a dialect like that where it just like clicks in your head. I got in trouble with my my German professor in university because when I first was learning the German language, I thought it would be best if I just sort of talked in a sort of lilting, effeminate voice like this, and it helped me with the pronunciation of certain German words. And I would test on dialogue, and I would pronounce everything absolutely perfectly with the German accent like that. But then I approached my professor and was like, is it okay that I'm doing this? And she's like, absolutely not. Just use your normal voice. And then don't worry about the accent. Just get the words right. Yeah, but if I affect this voice, I can. And I know I sound kind of like, who's that director? Oh, shit. Is it Lars? I kind of sound like Lars von Trier. A little bit. Anyway. Oh, that's funny. Okay. Double checking, done those. I'm going to bed. Do the soft German accent for the D&D character. Nice. Nice. I hope he's like a rogue or just secretly evil. So many of us are. Not evil, just we have an appreciation for the brutality of life. You know? A visceral appreciation. Which Batman? Like Christian Bale's easy. Because you just go like, oh! Right? You sound like a scared child. I found his Batman was like that. I'm the hero the city needs. Sure you are, bud. When your voice finishes dropping and you're not doing scary man voice. Leave me alone! I'm super tough! I'm Batman! Oh, we got an ad coming up in less than a minute for y'all that aren't subscribed. Happy September. I made a blue man, soft German accent, and can teleport with Misty Step. You made Nightcrawler by accident. Sir, I could kiss you tenderly on the forehead. I fucking love Nightcrawler. As I'm rereading all these Marvel comics, growing up, the big thing that drew me into Marvel, Wolverine. For DC, Batman. I think that's pretty ubiquitous. I think that's pretty common. I don't think I'm telling tales out of school. A lot of people, that's their gateway. As I'm rereading a lot of the X-Men stuff, I'm not doing any chores. I'm just going to waste this entire day. I've decided to stay on here until I max out the thing at level 5, by the way, because it's only one category. Why aren't you... What the hell? Oh, can I not do that unless I leave the house first? Okay. Nuts to this, he says on a rainy day, and goes to sit on his bench. Uh-oh. Is it too early? I did almost an entire stream sim the other day. My throat was fucked. Holy moly, I can imagine. Oh, anyway, but rereading the X-Men stuff, I have such more of an affinity for Nightcrawler and his journey. Not necessarily the religious stuff, but maybe the spirituality aspect of it, and not quite, like, a lot of the X-Men stuff is not quite feeling human, etc., etc., etc. And we all identify with that to varying degrees. But then the background of, like, the German ancestry and stuff like that, and the idea of found family and those sorts of things. Yeah, Nova X2 and one of the old X-Men animated series. Yes. The only X-Men, the first movie, was okay. It was a fun version of the first issue of X-Men. Like, if you've ever read X-Men 1 and it's got, like, Magneto in that, like, sphere on the cover, da-da-da-da-da. They sort of did a version of that with an updated roster. Get off the bench! Get off the bench! Get off that bench! Get off the bench! I was tapping down and my boy was like, nah, I'm good. Nah, I'm good. Nah, this is what I do. It's a rocking bench. You didn't know it was a rocking bench? If this bench is a rocking, don't come and knocking. Anyway, all I wanted out of X2, the only thing I wanted, knowing that Nightcrawler was going to be in it, was like, please, 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 please give me a cool Nightcrawler fight sequence. And they opened the movie with it. Sir! Tapping down. Tapping down. Thank you. You lazy bones? I know we're wasting the day to get a blue request, but holy moly. What do they call that guy? Wheels. Wheels? I don't know who you're referring to as Wheels. Bonk. Oh. But yeah, now I'm just... Oh, and Dex, did you watch the X-Men 97? Did you watch the first season of that on Disney? Please say yes. Oh, and what do you call that guy? Wheels. Oh, yeah. The professor. Got it. That's a Wolverine quote. Got it. Okay, but you've at least gotten to where Wolverine and Nightcrawler team up to fight together? Oh, that might be in the later half. I don't want to spoil it. But they do some tandem stuff. That is chef's kiss. Okay. Brace yourself. Prepare your loins. There are some phenomenally cool shots in that show. I was, it's good. I like that it was more focused. I like that it was episodic. I like that it was like telling a story. I like that they're progressing. I like that they wove X-Men stories into a larger narrative. I love that because that's all modern storytelling devices. The animation to me was a little hit and miss, but first seasons of a show sometimes are. Some of the tricks they got up to were a little goofy. Like at the end of the first episode, where Gambit charges Wolverine's claws while he's riding on his back like Wolverine is a steed, I thought was a little too stupid. But that's okay, because it's just harmless comic book fun. Because my brain, unfortunately, clicked in with like, well, if he charged them with kinetic energy, it's not like his claws are going to explode. So did he get his entire skeleton? And what's the stopping point for what he's charged of Wolverine's claws? Is it like everything in him? How does it stop there? I had so many questions whilst they were running toward camera. Oh, Chip, hang on. I don't think Dex is there. That's what I'm trying to prep him for. The other Wolverine gets to fight with friends stuff that happens later, like some of the shots with him and Nightcrawler. Just the best. Okay, just up here to shell these fools. Wolverine hugs are about to be nuts. It was before the big event, for sure. I'm pretty sure. I don't know why, but all I want from the new X-Men 97 show, since they seem to be doing a bunch of stuff from the 90s overall, is like, can I get a little Age of Apocalypse on screen? Can you give me like a 3-parter? I don't know if they did it in the original series, but if you didn't, could I get a little... What's up? Could I get a little... Mind you, we're kind of past that. I feel like the storylines in 97 are reflective of the stories of X-Men of that time frame. In my reread, like with their problem with Bastion and stuff like that. Dude. Okay, there. I just have to hold it down, I guess. Boink. Wasting the day away. Isn't it Bastion? Maybe I'm getting that wrong. The X-Men villain. Bastion, guy in like the purple suit. White hair. Soul patch. Yeah, Bastion. Oh, before that? Sir. Madam. This is a Wendy's. I don't remember. Roll back the VOD. Who knows? Who knows? Brain to mouth to the universe. If I didn't record these things, no one would ever know what I said. No idea. My apologies. I don't remember. We're so close. Maybe 2 more days? Maybe 3 more days? Come on. Blue request. If there's not a blue request, I don't want it. We're just going to max out this town. Okay. Tentacles. And then we're going to bed. Oh, a 3-episode arc on the new X-Men 97 show. Thank you for following that train of thought. The Age of Apocalypse storyline. If they like a 3-4-parter of that in that style with that animation with all the things going on, yes please. Because that was huge. That was a huge storyline when I was in high school. That was massive. Like all of the redesigns, the whole different universe. Like, all of that was super dope. The fact that they kept certain elements of that universe and brought certain characters into the main Marvel continuity because they were too cool. Like the fact that Dark Beast exists because he was too smart to die. At the end of that. Oh, check. You asked about Secret Wars a while ago. The 2015, there should be like an omnibus. If you're on the official Marvel Comics thing, there's probably like an omnibus or whatever. But look up the 2015 Secret Wars crossover event on various websites. You might be able to get like a reading order checklist type of thing. And that's the next big push. Like it's not going to be as detailed as the Marvel Comics version will be, but some version of that is what you're going to see on the screen. Yes, an omnibus. Is that an unfamiliar term? Like a compendium. A real big, thick book. Or in this case, a digital space. Many digital pages in a PDF or CBR or whatever. Yeah. Yeah, so you could find that through the official Marvel channels. That sounds doable, right? And that was a lot of fun. Oh, no worries, bud. Happy to teach you stuff. Didn't know you were homeschooled. How deep did the homeschooling go? Like all the way through high school? 9 issues in 2015. So that'll be the main. That'll probably be the main mini series, and that'll do the major parts of the story. But if you do a Google search for Secret Wars 2015 reading order, you'll also get a breakdown of all the Marvel titles that you might want to go in, because there's a bunch of different mini series around Secret Wars that take place during Secret Wars, because it replaces the entire world with another world of Doctor Doom's creation, and then the entire event is resolving how to get things back to normal, basically. Whoa, that's dope, Dex. That's awesome. What a point of pride. Socialization must have been rough. I hear ya. I just had some of it from like the isolation of having a forest for a backyard. But I at least got to go to school. Not that I like hung out with anybody outside of school hours, but I at least got to go. All right. Mad respect, buddy. Closest thing was GED classes in an office building, just to get you like your certification, just to make sure that you like had your secondary schools thing. That's cool. Yeah, get a nice reading order for there, and have fun with it, Chip. Like, it's a real fun story. It showcases a lot of different multiversal stories throughout Marvel's history. It showcases a lot of different worlds that exist within the Marvel universe. Yeah. Yeah, and then you can complain about how they did this wrong, did that wrong, didn't do enough of this, didn't do enough of that, da-da-da-da-da. Absolutely. Or to be quite honest, there might be things where you're like, well, thank goodness they didn't do this, this, and this, because it's way too complicated. Da-da-da-da-da. But it's a multiversal crisis, for sure. I can tell you the setup if you want. I don't know what the setup will be for the movie, but I can tell you the comic book setup if you want. Like, this isn't going to spoil anything. It's just like, it basically has already happened by the time Secret Wars starts. Like, this is what sets it up. But only, of course, if you say so. I don't want to just like put that knowledge out there without the consent of my viewers. Oh, getting closer. I bet we can do it before 5. For a version of the Doctor Doom that they're doing, yes. There is a multiversal version of Doctor Doom that was Tony Stark. Yes. So that is a thing. And if they're still building toward it, because the rumor is that he is a Doctor Doom for that Avengers movie, but he's not going to be the Doctor Doom when they do Secret Wars, then yes, because it would make sense to meet, much like we were supposed to meet a weaker version of Kang before Kang was ultimately defeated, which it turned out he was by Ant-Man. It would make sense then to do like, oh, plus it's the RPG trope of defeating a boss early in the game only for them to come back stronger later. In this case, it's just a different version overall. Okay, back up north to deshell some things. I don't know if he'll be the Doom for Secret Wars, but again, since it's a very interesting multiversal property, they could just make him the Doom in charge of that. It could happen. But I see them using the Secret Wars and the multiversal saga to reboot the MCU, so that by the end of it, they will have room for a new Steve Rogers, a new Tony Stark, a new whatever, in addition to, or in conjunction with, not all of, but some of the heroes they've introduced. I think, that's just me broadly speculating, but I think business-wise, that's what they're going to do. I am not excited for the third Venom movie. I didn't like the first two. I don't find them... They're not my kind of fun, I guess, is what I'll say. I watched the trailer for the third one, and I am interested in seeing it because I want to see what they do with the Null character. Because I didn't know they were going to do the Dark God Null. So I would be interested. I am interested in watching it for the lore, like how much of the Clintar stuff they do, how much of how much of they do with Null, and if it's like a full symbiotic invasion. It looks like they're at least doing like the 5 that Venom tangled with throughout his comic book run, like the different colored symbiotes and stuff, because it looks like from the trailer that I saw that they're setting up for that at the very least. But yeah, similar vibe that Dex said. Like, I like Venom in the comics. My favorite version of Venom is actually Flash Thompson's Agent Venom, because I thought that was a great redemption arc for him. I thought that was a fantastic redemption arc for him, like starting as a bully, going into service, losing his legs in the military, and then becoming Agent Venom in a version of the Thunderbolts. I thought that was great for Flash. He was briefly in the MCU during one of the little weird quibbly things in like Venom 1 or Venom 2 in like a post-credit sequence, so I have no idea. Again, once they do Secret Wars, I think we're gonna have one universe where everyone exists. Or, I don't think they're going to split them up. I think we're going to have a universe where you get your Fantastic Four, your Avengers characters, your X-Men, your Spider-Man, the street-level heroes from like the Netflix shows like Daredevil, Iron Man, sorry, not Iron Man, Iron Fist, Power Man, etc., etc. One more day. I think you're going to get that after Secret Wars. I think they're taking a long time to then partially reboot. Like, I think that's all part of a larger game plan that we're not fully invested in. Because you could always, like, the characters themselves are evergreen. And because they're comic book characters, it's just like a new creative team has taken over a book. I like a new writer and artist, but it's the same characters. We can keep going. Yeah, he got put back. Yes, there, that's what it... Like, some of his was left behind. So technically, they could use that in the current universe to make a Venom. They could. Okay, I need the acorns again. Back up to the cove. This should do it. It's a 2-star. And then we're going to max out this town. Let me smack some coinage out of my mailbox. And then go up to Spring Hamlet. Smack around some acorns. Go to bed. Save the game. Feed my cat. Get on with my day. I was expecting Topher Grace in Deadpool vs. Wolverine. I'm not even kidding. I was anticipating, as a joke about what they did with Spider-Man Far From Home, whatever the one was where they had the multiple Spider-Man, I thought for sure, as a gag in the Deadpool movie, we would get Topher Grace's Venom. Oh, that would be interesting if you had to do the costume saga with Doodlebop there. I don't know, I can't remember his name. Is it another Tom? With Kiddo. You know, Doodlebop McGee. Tom Holland, that sounds right. I don't need to see him as Venom, though. I don't know. I'd rather they do the Clone Saga. Give me some Ben Reilly. Give me some Scarlet Spider. Which was so weird. He was so miscast in Spider-Man 3 that there was no way he was going to be good. Nothing against him. Yeah. No. Eddie Brock needs to be physically imposing. Not just the same size as Dopey Maguire. Yeah, you're not wrong. He would have been a better, like, brain-based, like, cerebral bad guy. In the Sam Raimi universe, I wouldn't have hated Topher Grace as perhaps like a Mysterio. But he wasn't that character, at least. You know what I mean? Like, there's got to be a... He might not be flamboyant enough for Mysterio, but, like, he strikes me as he would be a cerebral villain to Spider-Man than Venom was. Like, if you're going to put Topher Grace in that universe. Oh, yeah, he looked like such a dork. Okay, just to double check, we did it. I'm trying to have the morning pass a little bit so this bench hack works. Let's just go while away the day here. There we go. Yeah, but everybody looked like a goober in Spider-Man 3. Let's not mince words. Yeah, Hardy and Holland on screen would be an interesting dynamic. I was interested in the casting of Woody Harrelson as Carnage, but then I saw the movie. That's all I'll say. I was interested, and then I saw it. I saw Morbius. Ooh. I'm not seeing Kraven. I'm not seeing Madam Web. The Sony Spider-Man stuff is... I don't know. They're trying so hard. And they only got so far. And in the end... Anyway. Yay! That's all I wanted. It's Morbin time. It is Morbin time, and I'm going to morb myself on out of here. Blam. Let me get my big dumb phrase front and center. So I can thank everybody for watching, no matter where or when you happen to be, and wishing everybody out there chill vibes and clear skies. If you happen to find yourself in possession of a plethora of positive energy, please share it if you can spare it. And don't forget about your old pal, the Silent G. Rad Gnarly. This guy right here, saying so long for now. Shout out to Major Chip Hazard for hanging. Shout out to Strange Ramen. Thanks for hanging out, Dex. Who else was here? Who else was here? Mainly you two guys. Thanks for chilling the whole time. Well, we can still talk for a little bit. Do we get an MCU Ghost Rider? They kind of did the Robbie Reyes. I think that's the name. Oh no, that might be Sunfire. They kind of did the current Ghost Rider, which they just made like a Latino muscle car enthusiast, which I thought was a little lazy, but whatever. They put him in the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. show that was started as an MCU property and then they disavowed. So I kind of don't... Like, the most exciting or most interesting part of him was his relationship with his brother, I thought, from the comics. Like, his brother with special needs. Plus, it didn't make sense to me that you're a Ghost Rider if you're, like, driving a car. But I would love, like, give me Johnny Blaze straight up. I would love that. Sure, let's go for it. Give me... If Blade's going to be in the MCU, give me the whole... what are they? The Darkstalkers? The Nighthold? Whatever it was. Where it was like Damien, like the son of Satan. It was Blade, the living vampire. No, it was Blade, the Daywalker. I think Morbius was in there. Obviously, the living vampire. It was Ghost Rider. It was Damien Helmstrom. I forgot his last name for a second there. Someone did a mock-up of Ryan Gosling. Nope. I'm out. Nope. Yeah, Midnight Suns. That was it. Yeah, I'm not against his existence, but like first appearance Ghost Rider in MCU, I want like classic Ghost Rider. I don't want Gosling. No, thank you. I don't want that stupid grin, like, and then Flame Skull. Like, that would be sillier than Nicolas Cage. I'm sorry. Just can you believe it? I'm Ghost Rider. Like, that's what I feel is going on in Ryan Gosling's head 90% of the time. Who would have thought? All this acting and no emoting. Okay, now that I've dunked on Ryan Gosling, let's find somebody to spread a little love to on the way out the door. Oh, I should have done that whilst I vamped because the stream deck absolutely crashed. Vamp, vamp, vamp. There we go. Let's go say howdy. Merp. She'll return the raid from last night. All right, bye, y'all. Take care. Hopefully I see you tomorrow night for a primetime edition of Wrestling Empire. Tomorrow night, Thursday, 8 p.m. See you then. Peace.